Bunbury Junior Footballer of the Year, Darren Hart, to top the final.
Welcome to the 2003 Southwest Football League Grand Final at Hands Oval, and a fantastic day in front of a fantastic crowd. The weather brings people out, and if you have a look around the ground as a video goes through, we'll find it fantastic for the Southwest Footy League, fantastic for these guys to be playing in front of a crowd, and the weather's done the right thing, and it's all we can ask for. Umpires today, Greg Koch in the middle, along with Darren Larson. Darren Larson, forgot his name already. That's how good we're going. Carey Park won the toss. They're going to the Halsey Street end of the ground, and we're not far from the first bounce down by Darren Larson. Wes Hughes wandering around, keeping his defender Adam Linford on his toes. Brendan Carlson's been picked up by Ray Chatt. Stevens looks like he's got Pendleton. The old stager Rod Steele, been around for a long, long time, and what a stalwart he's been for the South Bunbury Tigers. He'll be up against Depiazzi. Bounce down time for 2003. Up they goes, won by Steele, down into the path of the Carey Park player, who slings it onto his boot down towards half forward. Docking attacks the ball and bumps over his Carlson coming at him, and it stacks on the mill. Now the ball's come out to Pendleton. Pendleton gets it out to Don't. He gets a quick hand pass over to Jetta. Jetta's got hold of the footy now. He lines him up from a snapshot. It's high. It's high. It's going across the umpire's head. He's moved across to his right-hand side. The crowd behind the goals likes it. It's a homer. First blood to the Carey Park Panthers, and that'll lift the Tigers, the Panthers, no end. That's the way they wanted to start. Took about 20 seconds. Docking overran the footy, took on his the opponent coming the other way, and the ball spilled out to the Carey Park side, and away they went. Great start for them. Stan Willis on the ground early. I thought he might have been starting on the bench, but this is his swan song. Another great stalwart of the Southwest footy. Koch to put the ball down in the middle. It's not a very good one. Backhanded by Depiazzi down towards McRae. He scrambles it onto the boot towards centre half forward as they go into attack again. This time, but Docking comes out at it, tries to soccer it, half successful. Comes over towards Bilshich. He dives on it and gets a boot across the top of the head, and he will come back and take the free kick. He goes towards centre half forward, and Maloney, it looks like the ball comes to the ground with Barnard backing up behind, taken on by Hughes. He scrambles it with his left foot across the half back. Jetta's in the play again. If he can pick this up cleanly, he's hot on the tails by Andrew. Ball comes out to South Bunbury's favour. Comes over to Hughes. Gets a hand pass forward to the loose man in Bird, I think it was. Gives it back to Gowland. Bowland's on his left foot. Looks across the space of goals. Wasley's down there in the forward pocket, being tracked by Jones. Tries to get around, and handballs on his left. Comes over towards Pell. He's taken to ground by Hall. Ball comes out to McRae, and he's bundled over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right on the 50-metre line, basically, for the Tigers. Great start of the game, Kevin.
Very, very hectic start. Carey Park started very well, Ray.
Ball's taken cleanly by Wasley. Gets a hand pass over to nobody. In goes two South players. Comes out to Campbell, and the stacks on the mill, and the ball stays in there, and we'll have a bounce down right on the 50-metre line.
Oops.
Terrible bounce again by Koch. Comes out to Willis, gets a hand pass over to Don't. He leaves it behind. In goes the Carey Park defender, and he stacks on the mill again, and we'll have another bounce down. Thacker it was. Put his body on the line the way you've got to in finals, and especially grand finals. A little bit of nerves out there for some of them. That's a better bounce by the umpire. Ball's knocked over towards Bird as he takes it in front of him. Knocks it in. He tries to get around Linford and does so. He loses control of the footy. In comes Barnard. Scrambles it in towards the centre. Willis is in front here. If the ball bounces right, it doesn't. In comes South Bunbury's Andrew. He gets the ball out. And there's a free kick found there by Larson, and the ball will come to Andrew, who, again, he put his body on the line. The umpire protecting the ball, going for the footy. Out comes Pellin. At the back is Maloney. Forces the defenders forward. Comes down to Hughes. Hughes in the right spot. He slips over at the psychological moment. Comes to Gowland. He can't pick it up. A bit of fumbles, and in go the defenders from Carey Park. And then we'll have another bounce down right near the edge of the 10-metre square. The ball hits a turf, and that's better again. Ball comes to no one in particular. Comes out the back towards Delph. Delph sockers it out towards Andrew. Andrew scrambles it back to the danger position. Wosley couldn't control it. In comes Linford. He gets the footy out towards half-back flank, and in fact, whether that's good luck or good fortune, one of the two, it's probably both because they're both the same. In comes Pendleton. Pendleton to the don't. He's looking through the middle. Gets a left footer into the run of Carlson if he can get onto it. He's kept it in front of him. He's been tackled. Play on's the call. He does a U-turn, gets it around to McRae. McRae slams it onto the right foot. It's head and goal. This could be the second. Will he let it go? Is it a homer? It looks like it's 2 goals to the Panthers. They've opened up in fine fashion. That's 2 great goals coming down the middle of the ground, and the ball comes all the way from the defence. Straight down the middle they went, and the Carey Park Panthers have started the game well. Everything looks pretty sweet and rosy at this stage, Kevin.
Certainly does. Croxford starting at full forward, Ray. Still got that niggling back injury.
Just trying to pick up who it was. It's Wells that's on him, but Croxford shepherded that one through. Good as sharing the ball around. That's the way it is. A lot of Carey Park players have had a touch. That's good for the nerves in the early part of the game. Up they go again in the middle. This time it's won by Depiaz. He just knocks it forward. In comes Stevens. Takes a turn. He misses the ball as it comes down towards Andrews, and he gets what I think could have been a soft one, but was in his back possibly. It's his second free kick. I think it's the only 2 free kicks of the game being paid to South. Andrew. He gets towards Maloney, who's in front. In comes Delph. Gets a good spoil over towards the veteran in Bilsich. Bilsich, poor kick, and Linford chops off the little pass that was meant for Hughes. A short kick out to Stidworthy. He gets the hand pass over to Jetta, who's doing some work in defence. He's covering some ground, comes to Pendleton, takes his time as he looks up forward. Not the best of kicks as it goes over Thackeray's head, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds right on the wing opposite us, with Carey Park showing a 2-goal lead to no score to South Bunbury. A couple of young boundary umpires doing the game today, Kevin. That's great for the future.
Actually using 3 today, Ray, and they're all under 17.
That's great news if they can stick with it. Dawes comes down to penalties. He scrambles it forward towards the ball to half forward. It's taken by Brendan Barnard for his first touch. Wheels around onto the right, centres it towards Croxford. He's forced under the ball. It comes to Widdowson. He fumbles it, comes back, gets a pass out that knocks it out, but it couldn't be taken by Carlson. He goes in again for the second one. The ball comes down to, well, it stacks on the middle. I can't pick that one. Might have been Black who was under there for South Bunbury. Wells picks himself up from the ground. And we'll have yet another bounce down. It's in attack for Carey Park. Up they go. Widdowson looks for the knock. It doesn't go far. Croxford puts the tackle on. The ball comes out to Campbell. Gets the left footer out. Only as far as McRae. Takes a couple of steps and bombs it towards the square. Croxford in the right spot. Over the back comes Docking. The ball is spoiled forward into the path of Hill, and Hill has put goal number 3 on the board for the Panthers, and they've really set the world alight today. Well, Carey Park, Kevin, 3 goals straight. South Bunbury haven't looked like scoring. It's a good start, but there's a long way to go.
South last week, the last time they played, Ray blew them out of the water. Carey Park starting off very, very well. Very keen, very focused.
Bounce down the middle. No one wins it. Depiazzi wins the second one. Comes out towards Thackeray. He bounces off the ground. Gets a scramble kick only about 5 metres towards Willis. Can't control the ball. Bounces. Andrews comes back towards him. Picked up by Campbell. Campbell gets the ball forward. Spoilt by Linford. Over towards Pendleton. Knocks it over his head to a voice, but there's no one there. In comes Thacker again. He gets a good hand pass over to Delph. Delph comes back towards the centre of the ground. They're taking the short way home. The only way to go. Barnard knocks it forward. Brendan it was, and South Bunbury will get a free kick there for in the back. The play on's the call, out towards Bird. He's on his own, he's been tackled, he gets around too easily against his opponent. Centres it to centre half forward, and Hughes takes the mark on his chest. He's 55 out, he's gone into the pocket towards the run of Maloney, who's taken off, and there's no one there. Jones has had to leave his man, but he's held up the play, and Maloney's on a very acute angle and have his first, South had their first direct shot on goal, but this will have to be a good kick to slot it from there. Jones on the mark. Maloney comes in deliberately, only a few steps. The kick's not bad. The goal umpire's hardly moved. I think that's a homer. South are clapping it through. Goal number 1 to South Bunbury and goal number 1 to Maloney, and South are back on the scoreboard. And let's see if they can make better things of that. Bit of loose play on the outside where Bird got around his player too easily. Need to be a little bit tougher and tighter in those situations. Umpire Larson to put the ball to the turf. Down they go. Up goes Depiazzi, and again it's a line ball decision. No clear winner as it's socked by McRae. Comes to Carlson, he scrambles it out towards Pendleton and his opponent in White. And Pendleton was in front, so he'll get the benefit of the doubt, and the ball's hand passed over to McRae. McRae's had a lot of touches already. Goes long towards Croxford, comes over the back is Barnard. The ball's taken by Docking's been a good defender all year for the Tigers. He heads for the boundary line right in front of the South Bunbury dugout. Is the ball going to make it? No, it won't. Dont's in the line for it. Picks it up one-handed. Great pick-up. He's tackled by White, I think it is. Gets the ball out to Jetta. Feeds it out in front of him. Can't follow it up because he's decked. In comes Andrew. Gets the hand pass over towards Black. Black over towards Stephen over towards Black, and out they go into a straightly kick, and he's going to get a free kick. In comes a Shepherd from Steele. Well done on Pendleton. The ball goes to McRae. McRae looks for the forward, and it's Barnard. What a beautiful kick to Barnard. As committee would say, that was centimetre perfect. And Barnard goes back. I don't like the way he's turned his back on play. I don't think he should ever do that, no matter where you are on the footy field. You can never know who's loose in front of you, but he's taken the call. He's now, because he's done that, he must go back and kick this goal now. Can't tell which way the wind's really favouring from this position at the moment. Probably more across the ground. As Barnard comes in, has a good run up, lines up the goals. The goal umpire hasn't moved fast, not going to make the difference. It's spoiled by Steele, and it goes through for just the first solitary behind on the board as it's forced through by South Bunbury. And there again is why, if he hadn't turned his back on play, maybe he could have given that ball off. So maybe he is kicking into a little bit of breeze, because he only was about 45 metres out when he kicked that, and it didn't quite make the distance. So maybe South have got a slight breeze. Looks like Wells to kick in. I think it's Wells. Straight down the middle. If you're kicking with a breeze, away to go. Up goes Croxford. He should take the mark. He knocks it forward. Picked up by Andrew. He's playing a good game so far. He's had more touches than anyone else. Jones should have spoilt from where he was. He's got the back up of Stidworthy. Gets a hand pass out to Jones. That's good play. Jones a good hand pass over to McRae. He's having a bundle of touches also, and they've been effective. He goes up towards Thackeray. He's got the whole hands oval in front of him if he wants it. He'll get around with a Shepherd from Depiazzi. It's a good Shepherd as he goes in towards full forward. Croxford and Wells up. Croxford behind, punches it down, comes down to Don't. He couldn't get the ball away, comes into Chat. Chat gets it out, and it's not effective. It is now, and a good hand pass out from Jones, and it's smothered by Barnard. That's good stuff, keeping the ball in the forward line, and the Fortuitous soccer goes out, but it comes straight to McRae, the Hayward medalist. He's going to get run down. No, he's had enough. He wanted to get it off the ground in a hurry. Not a good decision, that one, and Finlayson heads for the boundary line and just bounces inside, and we'll have a throw in on the far side of the ground, and we can have a breather. Wells has played Croxford very well to date. He's had a few opportunities, Croxford, but he hasn't taken the mark. One was a pretty easy one that was getting kicked out. The ball comes into play. Steele and Depiazzi. Steele gets a knock, but in comes Carlson. He's claimed as he grabs the footy, and we'll have a bounce down.
Finlayson's certainly giving McRae a lot of space there, right?
I haven't picked up. That's who was on him.
Match up.
Well, he hasn't matched up yet, has he?
No, he hasn't.
The ball is knocked forward by Hughes, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds because McRae has had a bundle of touches, as has Jared Andrew for South Bunbury. He played one of the probably 7 or 8 from South Bunbury side that played in the grand final last year. It's amazing the turnover of players, but they had a very young side last year. And they were the ones that got the ball, got the score on the board initially in 2002. 2003 is a new ball game. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Ball about to come into play. Depiazzi and Steele. Steele gets a great knock forward about 10-15 metres towards Bilsich. He's given, well, I suppose the kick was there, but it was a soft one in my opinion, and they won't be allowed to play on as it's got to come back.
Greg Koch probably should have let play go on there, South Wales.
Yeah, they did have advantage, didn't they?
Yes, certainly did.
Bilsich looking forward. All the forwards lead to the one spot. They should be going the other side, at least giving each other a bit of space. Jones drops a chest mark. Delph scrambles the ball onto his ball. Out in front of Jetta. If he's got some pace and the ball bounces right, he can pick this up and go. He wants to mess around. He's got one hand. Now he's got it, but he's closed down by Andrew. Great chase. In comes one of the Hayward medalists, 2 from Widdowson, can't take the ball cleanly. He goes to ground. In comes McRae. He gives Maloney one. Doesn't go to ground. Good stuff. They both go back up against the footy. In comes, looks like Linford gets a hand pass over to Carlson. He's been told by McRae to drive the ball down up towards DiPiazzi. And he's taken a mark above his head. He was off the line. What do you think about that, Kevin?
I think he was off, but Darren Larson giving him the benefit of the doubt and just left Steely there.
Yeah, very lucky. Carey Park got the footy. Let's move on with the game. Comes towards Barnard, leading in towards the pack. 3 south up. He gets underneath it. Thacker couldn't take it. Yes, he can now. He grabs it and he's grabbed by Stevens, and down they go to the deck, and we'll have a throw, bounce down as Stan Willis sprints. That's about a sprint for Stan, I reckon, as he heads for the boundary line, and on comes Brendan King. Ball hits the turf, up they go. Widdowson gets a hand knocked against Steele. Has it taken one across the head and it's missed by the umpires, but it was only soft anyway. In comes Richie Barnard. The ball bounces over his head with a terrible bounce. DiPiazzi gets it again, drives it forward towards centre half forward. Docking in front again, couldn't quite get to it. Good hip and shoulder on Pendleton. It was a little bit high, but it's play on, called the umpire. He's not looking too flash at the present time as the ball comes to Barnard, 51 metres out. And that was around the top of the neck. Barnard's gone short. He's got the lead. Out comes Croxford. Oh, well done by Ray Chat. He chipped in front of the big fella and has taken the relieving mark as he goes across the ground towards Hughes. He's got no one on airing. In comes Linford to cut him down. The goal goes out to Bilsich and Steadworthy. Ball comes to Bilsich. Experience tells us he knocks around behind him onto his left foot. It's a scrubby kick. South in front, comes towards Maloney. In comes Dels. He's played well so far. He's a long way from the boundary to be heading for there because he hadn't got the need on the ball to do that. Maloney tracks it down and picks it up. Comes towards Pell. Pell's a long way from goal as the ball's fisted away from him. He stays on his feet. It's most important. Gets onto his left foot. Up in the air it goes. It's travelled enough. Gowland's underneath this and will mark it 45 metres out. 60-degree angles. Spread out, he said, get away from it. And as he goes back and he looks to the centre of the ground, but the umpire's called time on and will send the footy back, which was lucky for Carey Park because Stevens was running onto a loose ball and no one within 10 metres of him. That'll do, says umpire Koch. Time on there, so we're back on the clock's moving. He's going to kick from 50. In goes Wosley heading into an open spot. Out comes Pell. There's not enough holes filled there. Wosley's still going. No, he's not going to give it to him. I'm going to jail this, he said, from the skipper of South Bunbury. Kicks from 50. The ball goes across right into the square. Held up and it's touched through across the line. And we'll call that a force behind to the Tigers. 1-1. They trail the Panthers 3-1. Shane Jones to bring the ball back into play. In the old days, you'd say head for the scoreboard pocket. He's going straight down the ground. He's looking for a bundle of Carey Park players. DiPiazzi's there, but Jared Delph behind and takes probably a soft mark. I thought there could have been a bit more weight put into that by the South. They were a little bit lax in that area. Not much to kick to. They've got a lead from Pendleton. That's the way the ball will go if it carries. In goes McRae. Jared Andrews comes in, puts himself on the ball. Play on. I didn't think that was on with him if it's a mark unless he paid the free kick. Comes down towards Pell and Hall. Hall knocks it forward. And in fact, I thought, nearly marked it. Play on's a call from the umpire. Pell grabs the footy and he's grabbed and we'll have another ball up 40 metres out of this Tigers goal. And they've done a lot of the attacking or had a lot of the ball in the last couple of minutes, but no scoreboard pressure, as they say these days in football. DiPiazzi and it's like Maloney do the knock. It comes down towards Linford. It's smothered off his boot and he's put his hand on the ball there. Comes out by, I think it was Barnard, out towards 2 youngsters in Jared Andrew and Peter Jetta. Jetta goes to ground. You can't do that. Jared Andrews centres it towards Maloney. It's enough forward. Kerry Parker got the numbers. Don recovers best. The ball comes down to Gowland to Bird. Bird looks forward and there's a trouble in. Jones comes in with a big fist across the top of Campbell and destroys the ball to the boundary line where a good defender does. Picked up by Thacker. He's dumped for his troubles. Comes out to Don't. Gets a slap across the ear roll. Play on's the call. Kerry Parker still got control. Picked up by DiPiazzi. He's taken to ground. Play on's the call again. In comes Bird. Over the top they go and we'll have a bounty throw in about the half forward flank for the Tigers. Right in front of the light tower. We won't need those tonight.
Ball to be thrown in Ray by Ashley Pulford, son of the regional umpire management in Ray Pulford. Long time stalwart of umpiring, Ray Pulford. Done a great job with the umpiring over many, many years. Been a great umpire in his time as well. Great to see its family trends in umpiring. Bounced down by umpire Larson. Into a stalemate. It's a good one at that.
It's like Wasley's in front, gets a two-handed knock down towards his ground players and doesn't come out besides anyone in Carey Park. Picked up by Carlson. He's had a few kicks. Gets it, scrambles on towards Barnard. A good spoil, but it says it's come over the shoulder. And Barnard will have the kick. Could be close to 50. Should have been an umpire, Kevin. I picked another one.
You've done very well, Ray.
The umpire's conferring on this. They've changed the decision, have they?
Still conferring.
Oh, it's a South Bunbury kick. Well, I'll take back what I said. That's what I get for opening me trap.
Greg Koch just saw something off play and he's paid the free kick.
Must have been offside.
Yes, and Linford was no way in the world was he going for the footy at that stage. A little bit of byplay between the two youngsters in Jetta and Andrew. Jetta decided if you're going to mess around with the footy, you're going to earn it. So the ball goes back to Wes Hughes, right in the centre of the Hands Oval in the 2003 Southwest Footy League Grand Final. He goes out towards lead of Pell. He's a long way out. Comes out, he's got the front on Hall. He looks forward for a hand pass. He gets it from Stevens. Stevens gives it back in the 1-2. Great play by Hall. He put his body on the line and again, and the ball's knocked to the forward line and he's been penalised by the umpire. Geez, I tell you what, if they're going to penalise it this early in the game, they've just opened up a big contract for themselves to do that.
Yeah, they certainly have, Ray.
Stevens plays on. He goes around, goes towards centre forward and a fortuitous kick up. They go spoil at the back by Jones. Really didn't put a good enough fist into it. Should have destroyed the footy. Play on's a call. Picked up by Barnard. Didn't really get rid of it. Over across his back as Jones put himself on the line. Comes out to Linford. Tries to break a tackle. His hand pass goes nowhere. In comes Gowland. He's looking for a free kick. Play on's a call. Bird's on the outskirts. He's 55. He looks short. Then he's found Maloney 40 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. And he will have a deliberate shot at goals.
Bird and Maloney teaming well there on a number of occasions.
Bird is... he's got Thacker's, or Thacker's got Bird, and he went in and Bird dropped off the play. Went out the back door. Good play by the wingman, half forward. Maloney's been a fairly reliable kicker, goal scorer all year. He's got their only one. It was a harder one than this one. He lines them up. The goal umpire's hardly moved. Will it get the distance? There's not a real good spoil from Carey Park. They tried to mark it. Pell's come around on his left. He throws it down. He can't get the ball high enough and it's knocked through by Jones. And really, Carey Park need to have a look at that. They've got to destroy that ball when it comes down into the goal square, not try and mark it. 1-2 South, 3-1 Carey Park.
Certainly the all-round commentator there, Ray. Umpiring, playing, coaching, doing a sensational job.
There's only you and me, Kev. We've got to do that. Cameraman's not helping us. Ball comes out towards, it's not a very good kick in. John Stevens is in front, right on the 50-metre line. And he's going to drive this ball back. And if there's any breeze, he'd have it behind him, I would suggest, that knowing the breeze at Hands Oval. It's not really a congested forward line, but there's a few spots there. Nobody's meeting into him, and so he lines him up. He's going to kick from 53. Geez, that's a thumping kick. That looks pretty good from me. Straight over the umpire's hat. That's a fault from Carey Park, and South Bunbury move to 2 goals, 2-14. They trail Carey Park 3 goals, 1-19.
Carey Park very quick out of the gates, Ray, but South steadying in the last 5-6 minutes.
Yes, we said they had the scorer on the board, but there's a long way to go, and there's nothing in it. Football, in this modern age, you can score goals quickly. Even though South didn't score them quickly, they've dulled the Carey Park attack.
Our devoted cameraman there showing a great insight into the game with a call of offside there earlier.
Offside?
Offside was the call.
Will you tell me what the kick was for?
Bounce down. In comes Wasley, gets a thumping one over towards Campbell. He's claimed. In comes Pendleton. He's taken high and he'll get a free kick. Don't give the footy away, son. Get up and take your kick. That's what it's all about. You've got to take some treatment in grand finals.
And Birdie looked like he might have got a quick one in there, Ryan.
I didn't see that. Good on you, Eagle Eye. Up towards Barnard. He's in front. He's ducked his head. In comes the ball drops over the back. Comes Andrew. He gets a scramble kick out towards Widdowson and Carlson. Widdowson should shepherd and let Carlson take the footy as it tracks to the boundary line. Gets it in. Comes around on his left too easy. He gets around Black. He centres it towards centre forward. Barnard this time. He's behind. No, he doesn't get his hands on the ball as the ball's knocked down to White. White goes down the line towards Thacker and Bird. And Maloney's down there. Bird keeps his feet. Experience tells he's on his left. Out in front of Pell. Pell on his left foot. He can't bend over to get it. Hall goes to the ground. You can't do that. In comes Barnard. A great tackle by Barnard. Just in time to put him off his kick. And the ball dribbles. Goes over the line on the full. And Jones will take the relieving kick. They need to do something better with it. Get it out to Pendleton now before the rest get over there. The kick favours Hughes. It's not a good kick, and Hughes is a good player. He takes that well over his head. He's turned his back on play. Now he's got to have a look. 55, he centres it. It looks like Stevens. Stevens has got it. He looks to the lead of Pell. It's not going to carry him as he stops. He props. He's taken to ground with a hand pass. Just spills out. In comes the experienced Bilsich. Gets a hand pass. Goes behind Hughes. Picked up by Richie Barnard. Scrambles it out. No, he fumbles the ball. If he had taken it, he was on his way. Gets around one. Free kick by the umpire, trailing umpire in Cochin. Don't stops. And as I look around, he had nothing to go to, so that was a good decision. Out towards Jetta. He's going to put it over the back. Jetta should have been the seat here. Andrews took his eye off the footy and lost the track of it as it wavered in there. A little kick by Jetta right down to Barnard. Only just takes the mark. Oh, that was line ball decision. The umpire says play on as Barnard goes forward towards McRae. Looks like he's having a spell on the half forward flank in front of Finlayson, who's on his tail this time. He goes towards Croxford. Croxford's in front this time. Will they get the spoil? Yes, it does. It's a good one too. South come to the fall of the ball. That's where their defenders have been, the small ones. They're good. Stevens goes into the pack and throws the footy up in front of the umpire, and if you couldn't get any closer to that one to squeal,
In comes right on the mark there.
Don't gets out towards Croxford. He can't get back in time, but here's Hill for the crumbs. That's where he should be at Croxford's feet. He's taken high for mine, and the umpire agrees. And Hill, he might be a little bit out, too far out from goal here for mine if there's any sort of a breeze away Stevens' last goal showed. So they may just have a faint breeze south, but it won't be. If it's worth anything, it wouldn't be any more in the goal at best. But if it's only worth that, you can score into it, as Carey Park proved. They've got a short kick. There comes a lead. Docking's going to get in front of Croxford. It's 1 against 3. Where's the little blokes? In comes the Chat. He's the only little bloke there, and he's from south. There's no Carey Park there as it comes out towards Wells. Black. Black takes the mark. He goes back. Where's the lead coming from? Maloney's just put it in front of me. He's got a space on in front of him. Out the ball comes as I was looking at the lead. He's played on. Long high kick towards Bilsich. Carey Park again, go to ground, keep your feet. In comes Barnard at the back, gets a hand pass, it's up and under. Out comes, I didn't see who that was, it could be Thompson, not Thompson, Stidworthy. The ball comes to the Carey Park defence up towards Thacker, the ball drops over his head, in comes Black again as he gets the awkward kick, comes down to half forward, Hughes in the box seat, the goal for Carey, so the breeze could be going that way. Here comes Bilsich, gets the ball out in the open, there's South Bunbury everywhere. Comes Maloney, here comes a run of whoever it is. White goes on goal, I didn't know him, and he's drilled it straight over the umpire's hat. South Bunbury, the Tigers, then never down. 3 goals, 2, they've taken the lead. They move to 20 and Carey Park's 3-1-19. So Carey Park got the first 3. South have hit back hard with the next 3, albeit a little bit longer. Koch to put it down in the middle. Depiazzi and Wasley. Depiazzi's been on the ball since the start. He gets the knockdown, goes over Pendleton's head. Ball's taken by South, but that's he's claimed whoever it was by Thacker. Should watch a bit more footage during the year, so I know these blokes, shouldn't I, Kevin?
Yes, right.
Koch puts it down. Wasley's in the front, gets a great tap over the back, but it goes to Finlayson, who fumbles the ball, comes to Carey Park. They get it towards Barnard. He's got the ball in front of him. Pick it up and go if you can. He gets a hand pass at the back to Widdowson, who stayed back. He gives it back, gives it to Don't. He's a left footer. He's going to have to kick on his right, but it's going to be good enough. No, it isn't. Didn't carry by a metre. In comes Hill, tracks it in front of him. One way, then the other. And then gets a hand pass out towards Carlson. Carlson screws it over towards Don't, and he's taken high for mine. Oh, without the ball, same thing. Free kick to Don't, 40 metres out. South Bunbury does not agree with that, but there was a kick there, I thought, one way or the other. As Depiazzi comes off, in goes Kane Nitsky, and I imagine Widdowson will go on for a bit of a run on the ball to take the ruck knocks. Well, Dont's about 40 metres out. He's a left footer, Kevin. He's a pretty good kick.
Be firm favourite to kick it, right?
Firm favourite.
A firm favourite.
Deliberately lines up the footy on the goals. The ball wavers at the last moment and scrapes through for a major to Carey Park to put them back in front. They wanted that one. 4 goals, 125. South Bunbury 3-2-20. And Kevin, you do know a little about this game after all.
Although that's disputed in a number of areas.
I wouldn't think you'd take any notice of those if you had never have in the past, Kev.
Why start now?
Exactly. Great game of footy this. Bilsich in the middle. Wasley's, again, Croxford's gone onto the footy. Hasn't had a touch yet. Gets a knock. That'll be good for his confidence, albeit he's an experienced campaigner. Ball comes down too wide. He gets the scrambles a footy forward. Barnard's in front. He's got a great tackle taken by Bilsich. And we'll have a bounce down. Barnard was going full tilt, picked up the footy, and he tried to go past Bilsich, and he wrapped his arms around him and decked him. Bounce down again, up they'll go. Croxford and Wasley, two experienced campaigners, comes to Wasley. He follows up, can't get the boot the ball. He goes back in for a third crack at it, and it's Love Me Tender in the middle. There's not that many players around the footy in this day and age. There's usually a lot more than this, so it's a little bit open. Great bounce in the middle. Wasley's in front. Croxford wins a knock. Comes down to no one in particular. In goes Campbell. He bursts one tackle. He's a left footer. Gets a hand pass out to Bird. He's out on the outskirts again. He's carving them up in the forward line. Comes back onto his right. Out comes two South Bunbury players. Wes Hughes leaves it to the call of Dean Buswell, who must have come on at some stage, because I don't think he's out there at the start. It's a great call. There's obviously some talking, because Hughes pulled out of that one and Buswell took it on his chest. We've got Linford on the mark about 35 metres out, so he kicked from about 40. We're right behind this one too. South 5 points down. He runs in. It's a great kick. It's just wavering at the end. It's hit the post. Well, a bit unlucky, but the ball was wavering towards the right. But if you tried to hit that post, you'd never hit it in a million years. South Bunbury moved to 3-3-21. Kerry Park 4-1-25.
Number of wavering kicks on goal, Ray. They're getting tired towards the end of the first quarter.
It could be. It's warm weather out there. You'd want to have some good fitness towards the end of the game. Jones is going to come out this way. I'd be going the other side. No, he's going down the middle. It's not a good kick. Croxford's in front, and that's the only thing that gave him the footy. He dropped it in the end, but he held it long enough for the umpire to pay the mark. This will be his first real touch of the footy other than the ruck knock. Okay, quarter time at Hands Oval in the 2003 Grand Final. What a great opening quarter, one of the best we've seen for some time. Kerry Park lead 4-2-26 to South Bunbury 3-3-21. Kerry Park kicked the first three, South struck back with the next three, and Kerry Park got one not long before quarter time. Better players in my mind at this stage. McRae's got a lot of the ball, especially in the first 15 minutes when Kerry Park were kicking their goals. No particular order, these players. Dont has done very well. Richard Barnard's been a tower of strength at centre back or in the back line. Del similarly in the back line. Brendan Carlson on the wings done well. And Peter Jetta hasn't done too bad himself, and Dipiazzi and Steele have halved the ruck knocks, I think, and there's about a line ball decision. Wes Hughes for South Bunbury's been dangerous in the forward line, as has Peter Bird, close to best on the ground, I think. Andrew has been very good for South. John Stevens has put him into attack a number of occasions. Brad Maloney's been dangerous in the forward line, and Aaron White coming out of defence. Line ball decision at this stage. No one's got any ascendancy. Kerry Park opened up well. Let's see what they can do in the second quarter. Just having a look around for any changes, rearranges. There's not a lot. See Darren Spriggs come on the ground. I don't know who's gone off. Jetta's on the other side. Carlson was on this wing at one stage. I can't necessarily see him out there.
Carlson's he's out there.
Is he?
Yep. In the middle, in the square.
Oh, there he is. He's hiding behind Steely. No wonder I couldn't see him.
Certainly not the imposing figure of his father there, young Carlson. No.
Could have a little bit more pace. Bounce down in the second quarter. Up goes Croxford. No one touches the footy. Knocked out the second time by Steele as it bounces up off the ground. McRae's taken over the shoulder. Play on's a call as Barnard gets a scramble kick out and towards Jetta. Jetta hits the ball and bounce. Oh, great play. Gets it back with one hand. He's taken, he's claimed. Holding the ball's a screen. Play on's the umpire's call. Ball goes down. In they go. Stacks on the mill and we'll have a bounce down. There's a great tackle by the South Bunbury player coming in behind. I thought that Jetta was away then. As Barnard tracks back towards his opponent. Croxford and Steele. I think Croxford won it. Comes out towards Carlson. He's taken and claimed. Knocked on by one hand by Jetta. Can't quite control the ball as it goes over the line and out of bounds. See, Blacks on Don't, or Donnet, Gowland on Sprigg. Knock ball down towards Croxford. Out comes Bird. Scramble kick, not a good one, but in comes Bilsich. He's in front, props. gets his man off the ball, picks up the footy, gets a hand pass in front of Hughes, gets an awful bounce. In comes Croxford, clean, easily takes the ball one-handed onto his left foot and out towards the contest in don't. Ball comes over the back, in comes Gowland, he's got the run of it, ball bounces up nicely for him, goes one way and the other, terrible hand pass, the ball's given to him in a 1-2, he's under the pump and he's not quite tackled as the kicks the footy out towards Buzzwell, the ball bounces over his head, we've had some terrible ones, Jones has got it at the moment, as he gets around his opponent, wants his left, no, then he gets a hand pass over to Carlson, Carlson's been closed down by Maloney, holding the footy, he's obviously the call, he didn't hear it, Maloney chased him down, why he took so long, nobody knows except himself. Carey Park should have been into attack. He looks towards the centre. There is Steele offering as he backstrats. The ball goes over his head. Again, Birds 15-20 metres on his own. Sets the ball up towards Pell. Goes over his head. In comes Hall. Has played a good game on him. Close and tight. As most of the Carey Park defenders. As Stidworthy goes over and makes sure the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. And South are into attack. Come Campbell is on Willis, or Willis is on Campbell. One of the two. Knocked down by South in White. Comes down to Bird, has it, one bounce, gets onto his right, heads goalwards. One-handed by Jones, hand passes to Hall. Hall misses the footy, and fortunately Jones had his wits about him to put it all over the line for one behind to the South Bunbury side. 3-4-22, 4-1-25 South. I thought they were only 4-1. I went by the scoreboard. I'll never listen to them again. Jones kicks to himself and saunters off. Shepherding comes in from Stidworthy and he goes long. The ball's 80 metres from goal. It's a 1-on-3 situation. In comes Steele. He attacks the footy hard as he always does. In comes South Bunbury's, could have been Andrew as he gets the ball to Finlayson. He fumbles, gives it to Steele. He fumbles also with the tackle. In comes the South Bunbury and Andrew runs over the boundary line and he's dumped for his troubles as he does so, and it's throw-in time again. Cool, it says umpire Koch. Boundary thrown, very open forward line for the Tigers. Comes towards Croxford and he gets a knockdown, comes to over the head of Jetta. He takes off as it looks like Carlson's got the run of the ball, onto his left, goes down, a great kick. Vilsich puts him down as he takes the mark and it's 50 metres. So I thought it was a bit soft. Kevin, what do you think about that one?
I thought it was part of the marking contest. That's unlucky.
Doesn't matter what we
wouldn't buy any real estate from Craig Koch. Very short 50 metres.
Discretion. Ball goes in towards the forward line. Hills doesn't quite reach him. He's got time. He gets one way and the other. Puts the ball down. Well tackled by Chat. He's played a very good game, keeping him quiet. Hill stumbles away. Gets a hand pass over to Don't. Gets a hand pass over to Jetta. Jetta, is it? He hasn't. Don't tell me he has. What an absolute gem. If that's not the goal of the day.
I think that Craig Koch might have played a push in the back. No,
it's not the gem of the score. Not the gem. I was watching the flight of the footy, and that would have been the goal of the day. And Carey Park won't like that one on review. That's the way the cookie on crumbles.
All they like, Mr. Barnard, they're completely in the wrong.
Ball comes out towards Gowland. The only one on offer is Sprigg, tracks him down to the mark. Gowland's going to go dangerously across the middle towards Steele. He takes the chest mark and ready to go. He's going to give it over to Stevens. No one within Cooey, and he's even going to have a bounce. Steele, he hasn't had one of them for a couple of years, I reckon. He drives the ball. Goes towards Carlson's put out of the contest by Bird. Experience. Oh, you talk about experience. Delph made sure that soccer went straight into the ground. And if that wasn't more deliberate than the one that was played against Carey Park in the first quarter, I'll go E.
2 weeks ago, Ray young Steely was seen 3 bounces up the middle of the ground, but was replaced soon after.
Wore out his welcome in one. In comes McRae. Hasn't had a kick for a little while. He drives it in towards the lead of Nitsky. He's in front. You won't get around him. Great kick and a great mark. A great lead as well. Must honour the lead, and McRae did that, and South Bunbury had no chance of cutting that off. Nitsky was in front. And he'll go back and have a deliberate shot on goal. He's going to kick from about 45. This is the one they want to get back. Gone close to the man on the mark. The ball's wavering out towards the right. They like it behind the goals. Carey Park like it. That's the one they wanted back. 5 goals, 1. They move to 31. South Bunbury 3-4-22. And they're quick to get back the one they lost through the indiscretion of Barnard. Nitsky hasn't been on the ground that long. Came in late in the first quarter, was left out there after the start of the quarter, and that has paid dividends immediately. Bird's gone into the middle of the ground. Steele, Andrew is in, Campbell's in there, as is Finlayson. Croxford's going to, no, he's not going to get the knock. Steele gets his lanky frame above him and gets a knock. Comes to Willis, gets a little hand pass to McRae. Goes on his left. Oh, Docking gets a terrible bounce. Pendleton knocks the footy forward. He's on his left, scrambles it towards Jetta, is it? Or has been moved down there. In comes Nitsky, not quick enough. He knocks the footy forward and he's pushed in the back, called the umpire. Umpire Koch. 6 or 7 metres away, and he's doing that push in the back. He knocked the footy forward and someone come across him at the end, and like it or not, Carey Park will say, well, this is one that we've got back. Nitsky kicked the last goal 30 seconds ago. A lot easier, but if he takes it too easy, you've got to concentrate here. Only a couple of steps, straight through the middle, that one. 6-1 to 37, the Panthers, 3-4-22 South. And the Panthers have opened up the second quarter similarly as they did the first. Got a lot of scoreboard attendance there, Kevin. If they all sat down, we'd see the score. Bounce down in the middle. Croxford and Steele. Again, it's a line ball decision. In they go looking for the footy. The man on the bottom of the pack's Bird, and he gets looked after by the umps. And off he goes straight away, looking for someone out to give out. Easily fends off, don't. That's too soft. Gets it out to Hughes. He can't quite get to the footy. Well, he can. Stops. Tries to get it back from the back door and does so. In comes Andrew. He's claimed by the Carey Park defence. Ball spills out in the... What decision did he indicate then?
He indicated throw there.
Okay.
Which it was.
Linford has got the kick. He's been staunch defender all season. Goes out wide towards Willis. Over the back comes Pendleton. Couldn't quite get all the footy. Knocked back by South. Comes in underneath the pack, and they'll have another bounce down on their far side. Geez, Peter Bird's playing a very, very good game. Take him out of South, and they wouldn't be anywhere near Carey Park at the present time.
Be the standout player at this stage.
Bounce down. Up they go again. Steele braces for the crunch and knocks the ball down into the front of Stevens. Stevens scrambles it to Croxford, takes it one hand, gets a hand pass to Pendleton. He's claimed immediately. No chance of getting rid of that, and we'll have another bounce down. Croxford and Steele, we'll say that a few times. Croxford takes his run, gets a knockout towards the wing. In comes Campbell, and he can't take the footy with Willis on his hammer, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. And yet another throw in. Stalemate time at the present time. Someone's ready to break away from the pack with the footy. Comes Campbell looking for the ball. In goes Croxford and Steele again. It's play on. No, the whistle's gone. South have got a free kick Steele's way.
Holding.
Not allowed to do that?
No.
Okay. Steele goes, it's not the best of kicks, it's gone to 2-on-2. Up they go. Gowland gets a hand down towards Bilsich. In comes White, I think, gets it to Bilsich. Bilsich gets a hand pass out in front of Scott. Scott can't quite control it, does it now as he's closed down by Stedworthy on his left foot. Drives it out the wing towards Carlson and Blacken. The ball goes over the line, and that was great play by Stedworthy. That was fantastic. Deserves a plaudit to the crowd. South looked like they were going to be away. Black and Carlson doing battle. Willis and Campbell doing matchups. Wooderson's there. In comes Croxford Steele right in front of us. Tries a backhander. It comes down to nobody. In comes Andrews. Takes off. Picks up the footy and braces himself as he takes off on his left foot. Goes over the back towards Linford. Gets a good spoil. Where's the runners at the ground level? There's only Bilsich. He decides he's going to kick it himself. A struggle kick. He's got it over the top of the neck, and Hughes did mark it anyway, so irrespective, there will be perhaps a shot on goal. He could give it to Stevens, who's not far out on his own. Now closed down by Barnard, and after ignoring that lead by Hughes, he needs to jail this. Take it on yourself to ignore him. You must put it through. Certainly within kicking distance, and he's kicked a few goals in his time. Where's Hughes? Against his old club of today, he is. Runs in, looks pretty good. The goal umpire's not going far. The goalpost is moving, but it wasn't from the footy, and South Bunbury get one back. 4-4-28. Carey Park 6-1-37. Brendan King. Straight into the middle. Will he pick up Andrew? Campbell, sorry. Looks like Stephen's gone to McRae. Where's Finlayson gone? Onto a half forwards. That's where Barnard is. Steele wins the knock, comes straight down to Gray. Scrambles the kick, it's Fortune. Goes to Pendleton. Only just gets his kick in. And just as he kicked it and taken there by Chat, who's done very, very well in the second half of the footy season. He gets it out towards Steele. Comes in, Pendleton puts himself on the line. Picked up there by Black. Black drives at centre forward. Dulcis says the umpire. Get over. Turn your back on the player with the footy. Get on the mark and expressed his views that wasn't the umpire's error thing. May just hold up in the slight breeze. It was about the time grand final come times. You know, plant his stand side, a big thump by the defence from Carey Park over towards the forward pocket and over the line and out of. They may have got out of that, but you never know what's going to happen. Throw in. Very open goal square. Up goes Croxford straight 30 and the ball comes to, I didn't see who it was, Bird, straight through the middle and Southbury 4-34 to Carey Park 6-1-37.
Carey Park probably need to make a move on Bird, Ray.
To do something, heating them up, no end.
Takes her Fitzroy, you know, that was a kid.
He's a good player. Bounce down, Croxford will knock it over the back, but it's taken there by 22 in White. White gets it out to half forward. In front is Linford and there's a free kick paid for over the shoulder. Took the mark anyway, but doesn't matter. Penalty off her here. 1 on 3. Will he make it? It will. That's a great kick. Just had the carry for him and he over towards Croxford. No, the lead has come from Chess. Then he wheels up his on's a call. He's looking for the lead of Nitsky. It's not going to quite make. Yes, I thought I would have paid that. Play ons again. Geez, they're paying a lot of those over the shoulders, but if they're in front, you've got to pay them. Jetta has peeled off from his man and his screen and no one could get around him and has taken this marks on his chest, 35 metres, not far off being dead in front. And by gee, would he like indiscriminate? Free kick anyway, in the goal square.
Indiscretion.
That'll do. Goes back deliberately, he's taking his time on this, he's got a bit of a run up. Holds the ball steady, gives it straight over the goal umpires. Hatton, Carey Parks at 8. They move to 7-1-43 South, 5-4-34. Footy on our hands. Deputy, is he having a west? He halved it with his especially in the man-on-man. Demings right there, giving Croxford to the advantage of his players, but the ball is fumbled by McRae. In comes Campbell, he's decided to have a look at each other. As much of an on has been on him, so he's closed him down, but he's rock again towards him most times, out towards Delce. Then he takes it and heads inward instead of out. Copping the snozzle and the free kick. Spriggs is out, giving himself a lead outdoor. That's where it should go. It's gone over penalty, goes Croxford and Steele. In way to go, if that's Burt, the pack. Fitness is going to tell go Croxford and Steele. Kept on his boots in and the other trips over his own foot. He's flounce on his own, he's about. Well, that kick from McRae just picked it up, went on to the possession, and we're goal in the first quarter. Well, stuff by Carey Park, 49, South Bunbury. I'm doing okay. The vet was this time down, gets a hand pass out to the right, goes over behind, right next to the beer. So I thought it went out of bounds, a bit quick from goal, doesn't go down as fair. Out to Hughes, he can believe there. A footy, and we'll have a bounce down right. It is Carl's man, he's going to keep his back up on to squeezes the ball temporarily out of danger. Throw in. He's done a power of work this quarter. Up he goes against Maloney. Maloney wins it, but it comes down to Barnard, I think. Gets it over the top of the pack to King. King streams through the middle and goes to centre forward. Barnard gives the bloke a push. Well, it's picked, not missed by not picked up. Play on's the callers. White kicks it out. Bilsic goes to kick on his left. Drops it, gets a hand pass over eventually towards Andrew. Andrew wants his right side, he's taken a long time, he's decked for his troubles, and the ball is in, carries the pack, and Jones takes the mark. He brings it out towards the centre, out goes Gale like this. Misdirected kick by Jones here, brush up that area, just out comes it's Green, goes around onto his right foot, he could jail, no, it's not going to make the distance, and the big fist over the line for as Xavier Green come onto the ground, and I don't know who's left. He get rid of some of the butterflies. He's been successful all that much this kicking in, so let's see what he can do with this one. Right to the edge of the corner of the square, and he goes out to Croxford. He's in front, he didn't want it, goes over his head, comes to Bilsic. Bilsic comes back, no, he gets a good hand pass out to Stevens. He's on his left, comes in towards the, well, I was going to say towards the square, but the ball held up a little bit in the breeze, and where's Hughes front? As we say, forward should always be in front, and he's taken the mark, and won't surprise me one iota if he can drill this, if he does drill this. Once again, poor kick out. Not necessarily Jones's fault, but poor by Carey Park as a whole. Hughes moves in deliberately, 25 metres out. The goal umpire doesn't move. He's a pretty good kick. South Bunbury won't let Carey Park get away. They're hanging in by the skin of their teeth. They move to 6-5, 41, 8-1, 49 the Panthers. Crowd's very quiet down in front of us. Bated breath by the Panthers crew. They know this game's not in the bag by a long shot. South Bunbury never ever lay down, never. Must be man on man. They haven't let Carey Park get away. It's been a great game of footy, one of the best in many a year, I think. Bounce down in the middle, up goes Croxford and Wosley. Line ball decision comes to Croxley in the spills. He gets on his left. In front is Docking. It's the first time he's been able to meet the footy with a lot more conviction. He finally gets it back, but in comes the support of Don't. He goes to ground, goes to hand pass, goes to Gowland, who gives it to Stevens, who gives it back to Gowland, and South are away. He looks out towards the wing where Bird is there with Carlson. Carlson pushes him out of the way. No, he's paid the mark. I thought he was going to signal a push then.
So did I. Both hands together looking at a push.
It was a line ball decision. Carlson's taking his time, looking around, gets too close to the man on the mark. Terrible kick, 4 or 5 on 1. In comes Kane Niski to make a contest. Ball's taken by Stevens, he misses it. Stidworthy comes through, oh great, gets it over to Hill. Hill scrams it onto the boot, but it's only going to be behind. Was it Tacker or it was Stidworthy, wasn't it?
It was Stidworthy.
Yes, second behind for the day. 8 goals, 2. They're half a ton. To South Bunbury 6-5, 41 only, 9 points behind them in anybody's game. South have got a spare man run around the forward line. Barnard's made himself, he's gone forward and he's become a bit loose. And Maloney, no, it's not Maloney. Who is it? Green, is it? Taken off on the other side of the ground. The kick comes in. It's not a good kick. Barnard's
there.
Well, it was 3 on 1. It was a poor kick in the option was poor because it was 3 on 1 anyway. If the ball had to come to ground, they should have lost it anyway. Barnard's within kicking distance irrespective. 48 metres out, lines them up. Runs in deliberately. It's a good kick off the boot. It's wavering towards the end and I think he's missed. And can we say the Rots set in? 8 goals, 3, 51. That's 2 points on the trot for Carey Park. They move, that's Carey Park 8-3, 51. South 6-5, 41 and Barnard could have done better. But they're easy from up here. Jones also has made himself scarce. Pell's in the only one in the 50-metre line. His supply of Carey Parks to block it up a bit. Hands up, makes it look a little bit harder. Ball comes in, it's hard kicking into that breeze. Up goes Wosley, good spoil from Spriggs. Comes down to one of the South players. Carlson gets around, gets a hand pass out to Barnard, scrambles it forward, Hill's in front, can't quite get to it. He lunges at the footy. Ray Chat's the only one that stays on his feet, but there's the other Jetter's the one that's out there in the corner. And he unfortunately is beaten by the boundary line. As Carey Park defenders get back. Ball comes in. Up they go, taken by Pendleton. That should be holding the footy for mine. South Bunbury decide they want to play on. Terrible rule that. If the player decides to play on, I reckon they should let him. They've made the choice. Wonder if the rules committee are listening to me.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, Ray.
Okay, Wosley has got the recipient of the kick. He goes short out. So he's up in the air. Howland gets under it. He hasn't timed it well. Spriggs scrambles it forward and it goes over the line and out of bounds about 65 metres from the Panthers' goal. I make it about 25 minutes gone in the second quarter. Great crowd in attendance at Hands Oval. Heap of cars in the ground, heap of cars out of the ground as the ball comes into play. Croxford's in front, Wosley gets a knock over the back. Can't get there. He can get hold of Gowland who's taken this gang tackle by 3 Carey Park players and we'll have another bounce down. Croxford will be tiring by this time, I think. Up there, he gets it at the back, comes over to Carlson, can't quite control the footy. Andrews or was it Campbell, took his eye off the footy. And we'll have another bounce down. Birds again was fed off. He'd gone out the back of the pack and was 15, 20 metres on his own. Carlson's picking him up now. He's got to learn to stay with him, not go to the footy. Bounce down time, up they go. Croxford over the back, he'll get to the run of a Carey Park player. Hill overruns the footy, Chat doesn't. Gets it, ducks, gets a hand pass over to Campbell. Campbell gets over to White. White gets a hand pass over to no one in particular as Carlson goes to ground from a good good hip and shoulder. Bilsich scrambles the forward. Man in front, Richie Barnard. What a performer he's been for the Panthers over many, many years. He gets it long towards centre forward. Up they go. Wozzie's in front. Ball comes down to contest from King. Comes out the back to Stevens. Oh, well done, Don. He made a contest of it. It was White. It comes over towards Barnard. Comes to Campbell. Campbell can't take it either. Stacks on the middle once again on the 50-metre line or just inside. And we'll have a bounce down in the forward line for the Panthers. Bell and Carlson decide they're going to have a bit of to do. A little bit of pushing and shoving. What's you going to do? Kiss him? Hug him? Put his arms out? I didn't touch him, he said. Ball goes nowhere from the bounce down. Stevens can't pick it up. He's decked for his troubles by McRae. The ball spills to Widdowson. Tries to get the hand pass out to Jetta. The ball's knocked back into the fray. In goes Wosley. Gets down and gets the footy. Gets it out. Out comes South Bunbury. Gets it from Bilsich over to Stevens, I think. He gets the ball forward out to the wing to the jostling. Well done by Barnard. Well done. Birds decided to point the bone at the umpire and said, you're not watching what's going on. Ball comes towards Pendleton. Up. Gets the little nudge. Play on's the umpire's call. He gets the lead out towards Nitsky. Ball's in front. Terrible bounce. It comes over the back. But Docking's there to collect for South Bunbury. Picks it up. Has a look forward. There's not a lot on offer. Hughes is in front. Great kick. Great lead. And he honours it by taking the mark and playing on. Comes down the wing. Gowan's got a bit of room. Spriggs got to get back on him. It's a bad bounce. We've had a few of those all day. Over to hand pass to Widdowson. Give it to Barnard. No, he decides to take off and drive it long to centre forward. Out they come over the back. Pendleton should be called out. Reeks Cochran couldn't mark it. Goes to ground, scramble. Oh, who's the bloke in the goal square on his own? Hill has gone out the back on his own. There's lack defence by the Carey South Bunbury defence. That was good play by Hill. The contest was there and he was right out of it. They put the boot on the ball and there was only one bloke that could mark it. It was in close enough to his vicinity and he's got a kick on goal 10 metres out, not far off centre. Couple of steps, pretty lackadaisical approach, but it's 100% what they wanted. 9-3 Carey Park. That's 57. South Bunbury 6-5, 41. They didn't want that late in the second quarter, but obviously Carey Park did. Giving Croxford a bit of a spell. He's gone in the forward pocket or centre full forward. Nitsky's still down there. Hill in the pocket. Barnard's gone right back at centre forward. Pendleton's up on the centre forward with on the line with the flankers. Up they go. In comes Wosley, gets it down to Bird. Bird comes back. He's ducked his head. Play on's the umpire the call. Finlayson takes him on. Goes to 55. It's on behind play. Up they go and there's a mark taken by Pell. Play on is not the call. You can't play on from the mark and Pell will have his first direct shot on goal. A little bit of upset in the middle of the ground there. And South Bunbury, as I said, someone wanted to get a goal before half-time and it's going to be the Tigers. Cool, it says umpire Larson in the middle. Everybody said it was everybody else. Pell on his left foot. The umpire's made a lot of ground, but I think it's straight through the middle. It is. South Bunbury 7-5, 47, 10 points behind Carey Park, 9-3, 57.
The contrast of terms there, Ray, with the goal umpire making a lot of ground to his right, but it's gone straight through the middle.
Very picky.
Very picky, but we'll keep going.
Let's soldier on. Bounce down in the middle as we'll have after a goal. Up they go again. Wosley doesn't get the knock this time. He has in the favour position. Picked up by Campbell. He fumbles it. Comes to Pendleton. One step and scrambles the footy forward. Hill's in front. Won't quite get there. Gets onto the footy. Gets down. Gets underneath. Someone's gone over his top and no. Bounce down, says the umpire. Thought he might have got one in the back. Well, the bloke came over the back of him.
Or dragged it in.
No, he didn't tackle him correctly. Bounce down. Up they go. It's going to be knocked forward by McRae and it's a 25, 30 metre hit. In comes Chat. Ball gets right past him. Barnard knocks it out to the advantage of Carey Park in the forward line, but it's taken by Stevens. He can't break the tackle. He gets a hand pass. South in the box seat. It's picked up by White. Gets it over to Andrew. Andrew comes out onto his right foot. Whereas Hughes is in the box seat here to take the mark. Doug gets over his head. Maloney's looking for the hip and shoulder. In comes Linford. Drives it back with a Tory. Up towards Barnard. Carries him. Goes to Pendleton. Pendleton can't get hold of the footy. Campbell just in time. He takes it over and he's on his right foot. He wants to kick on his left and he does well with the old banana kick, and it's successful to Gowland. Gowland marks to Andrew. Andrew goes short to Hughes. South are going to press for another attack. In comes Hughes. He stumbles, he gets the ball. McRae gets the footy underneath. He's fighting two of them. In comes the ball to Don't. He's on his left foot. Drive it long, they say. He does to centre forward. Pendleton's in the box seat on the 50-metre line, and he takes the mark on his chest. Give it to somebody, no. Oh. Well, you talk about the game being centimetres and metres and seconds, and Pendleton unfortunately played on. He may have been just a touch out by the time he had kicked it if he had gone back for a set shot. So half time has been rung. The bell's half the game's over. Carey Park lead 9 goals 3, 54. South Bunbury 7-5, 47, and it's an open ball game on the 2003 Southwest Football League Grand Final. There must be something special in that big tent. There always seems to be on Grand Final day. Better players to half time, in my humble opinion. No particular order. Pendleton came in the game in the second quarter very, very well. Brendan Barnard also in the second quarter. Aaron Hill in the second quarter was very dangerous in the forward line. He's kicked a couple of goals to date. Adrian Don't went out of the play a little bit that quarter. Richard Barnard's been a stalwart in defence. Craig Hall has kept Michael Pell down to 1 goal. Carlson has been towelled up by Peter Bird, who I think is on the best player on the ground. Croxford done a fair bit on the ground, around the ground at that stage. And Peter Jett has been dangerous when he's had the footy. He went out of the play in the second half of that quarter. Wes Hughes has been dangerous for South Bunbury. Peter Bird, BOG, as I said from just a minute ago, but got out on his own and been giving him too much latitude. Jared Andrew has been very, very good. John Stevens closed down McRae in after about the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Rod Steele's tried his heart out. Campbell's been good in patches. He's gone in, got the hard footy and put his body on the line. Gowland in patches. Maloney in the first quarter especially. White's been good in defence, and that's about it from my side of it. Wosley went halfway through that quarter, did a fairly good halve the ruck. But at half time with a 10-point lead to Carey Park, it's not over yet, not by a long stretch, and we're set for a great second half of football in the 2003 Grand Final of the Southwest Football League. Carey, King and Thacker are heading to the bench. I miss Carey, South Bunbury's going off. Then you look around, Mel Nichols is on the ground, first appearance for him today. He looks like going to full back on Nitsky. Widdowson heading to a half forward flank by the look of it. Pendleton centre half forward. Don't in the half forward. Was he going? We're going to 4-5-6 forward line. Gowland's on the wing. Hasn't done much on the wing. I thought he might have been better off going to a key position, whether it be centre half forward, centre half back. Paul's done a good job on Pell down the forward line, having a bit of a the leaning tower of Pisa on each other down there. Well, Pendleton's gone into the middle now, so playing a very, very open, only a 5-man forward line now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spare man there. 10-point lead to the Panthers. Steele gets the first knock as it goes his way. McRae can't get to the footy. Over comes White. White scrambles the ball onto his right foot, so it goes out to the right half forward flank. Maloney takes the footy, gets a hand pass over to Bird. The man best BOG at the best at this time. He scrambles the ball over, knocked forward by Hall. In comes Jones. Gets taken and he's holding the pill, according to the umpire. Had an opportunity, decided to try and break the tackle first, then went for the hand pass or the kick, and he's been pinged holding the footy. Wes Hughes has the ball right in front of the scoreboard. I'm going to put it right to the dangerous position as he lines up the goals, just coming out to the square. Big thump needed from somebody that's missed by all and sundry and forced over the line for a point to South Bunbury for the opening score of the second half, and they move to 7 goals 6, 48. Carey Park a 9-3, 57. Docking's gone to Barnard at centre half back. Widdowson's done an about turn, and Jones is still bringing the ball in. I haven't been comfortable with his disposal today, but he's going to go on the left this time. It's a better kick. Is it going to have this desired effect? And South Bunbury no, they don't take the mark. In comes Bird again. He gets the footy out and stands up, takes it away. Without him, what would they do? Over towards Campbell, wants his left, twists and turns, gets it around, scrambles. Ball's knocked forward, fortuitously, no, down towards Stevens. He gets a hand pass to Hughes. Hughes won't, yes, he will miss, as the ball is scrambled off his boot, taken by Jones, over the line it goes by Stidworthy. Another behind to the South Bunbury side. 7-7-49 to 9-3-57. And they still haven't cleared the ball out of defence cleanly from a point from the kick in. Jones again. What's on offer this time? He's going long again. Goes out that way, clears the 50-metre line. In comes Croxford. He can't take it. The ball comes to Dells. He can't take the mark. He's taken without the footy. Play on now as McRae takes the footy. Hand passes out. Why they stop that? Well, there you go. Sometimes they let it go. Sometimes they don't. Ball comes back to Dells. Willis is still on his own out there. Lax marking by South Bunbury as he takes it. I think he's playing on Campbell or Campbell's playing on him, one or the other. Carlson's still on Bird by the look of where they're situated at the present time. Willis closing it up. Hill says put it down in front of me, just short. He just goes long down the wing. There's a big pack there. Up goes Stevens. He's in front. Doesn't take the mark as it's spoiled. Comes to Carey Park and he's taken and decked for his troubles by two South Bunbury players, and we'll have a bounce down. Sprigg it was. Bounce down again, not a high one. It's a bit soft out there. Carey Park got the footy, comes over to McRae, gets a hand pass and it's been blocked. Terrible situation, he should never let that one go. Should have put it on the boot. Out comes South Bunbury's Stevens. He gets the ball, hand pass over and it's taken by McRae. Again, it's smothered. Great footy in the middle there. Real hard stuff as the ball's put forward by Carey Park, taken by Hill. Hill's in front. He's played in front all the time. Chat's made a contest of it, but Hill's probably got his nose in front because he's got a couple on the board. The umpire says go around that 1 metre. Very open forward line for the Panthers. Anywhere you want to lead as Linford goes down, but then pulls out of the lead. Open spot. Barnard leads. Should take away. Both him and Widdowson have gone to the same spot. They should have cleared out from each other. Up goes Bird one-handed. He's the quickest to recover. He's quick. He's ducked his head into a tackle and he'll get a free kick. I thought that was a bad decision, that one.
Thought it was the correct decision, Ray.
Saw the bloke come and ducked into it. But you know more about umpiring than me, Kevin.
Only just.
No, South Bunbury to drive it out of defence. Goes out to the far side. Delph goes up, puts a big fist into it and destroys the ball over the line and out of bounds, and that's the way to destroy it. Stidworthy's done a pretty good job on Bilsich. He's had a few touches, Bilsich, but they've all been under pressure, haven't been effective all that much. And goes Croxford and Steele, comes down to Sprigg, gets the ball over towards Pendleton. Pendleton needs some support, he hasn't got it. Campbell wants his left again, takes that a little bit extra. It's not 15 metres, I don't think. Comes out, the hand pass to Chat. Chat looks, steadies and goes straight down the line and finds Jones. Very poor disposal. Not much on offer, but perhaps he could have done a little better. It's very congested there. Again, it's a poor kick from Jones. Geez, had some terrible kicks today. Stevens drives it back over Jones's head and it's over the line and out of bounds. We've played 4 or 5 minutes in the third quarter. No impact on the scoreboard besides a couple of points to the Tigers. But importantly for them, Carey Park haven't scored. Jones this time, he's going to go long to a pack. There's nothing else on offer, no movement, very quiet. Up they go again, 4 or 5. Over goes Hill at the back. Comes to ground level. He's tackled the Carey Park player. I can't see who it is from where I am. I'll have another bounce down. Will someone break the line here shortly? Widdowson takes his player away from it into an open forward line in the 50-metre arc. Bounce down by Larson. Good one this time. The ruckman do battle. Comes down to South. It's scramble forward towards Gowland. Sprigg puts a Bird in it. Well, I didn't think that was 15, but the umpire says it is. And Bird goes back with yet another disposal. Geez, he'd racked them up. He'd have at least 20 to my estimated guess. So he goes down wide and it's a good kick. It's over towards Gowland. Donny just on the inside of the boundary as Gowland cuts in towards centre half forward. It's a wobbly kick coming over towards Finlayson. The ball doesn't carry to him. Picked up by Barnard. Gets a hand pass out to Richie Barnard as he goes back one way, comes back the other. Good hand pass over to McRae. Decides to have a bounce. You want to get rid of it. He does now. Hill's behind. Up they go. The ball's going to carry to Nitsky. Doesn't quite grab it. Taken by Croxford. He's a loose man in Hill. The ball doesn't carry his way. He's been taken without the footy. Play on, says the umpire, as he staged it a little bit. Probably tried to put too much on it, Kevin, and that's brought him undone.
You called it right, Ray. He certainly staged a lot for the kick. Would have been better off keeping his eyes and focus on the ball.
So once again, it's in the forward line for the Panthers. Croxford and Steele. Up they bump, up they go. That's a line ball decision. Steele goes back for the second one. Nitsky can't do it. Stevens had the footy and loses it. Comes out to Pendleton, goes out the back door to Croxford. Goes then, he balks one around. He's headed for the goal square. 1 on 2. Barnard, can he make it halfway here? He's got to beat them both. He's not going to do that because Campbell's got the run of the ball on his left foot. He comes out to the half forward where half back to Hughes. He makes the mark and wheels round and goes towards the centre of the ground where there's Stevens and Gowan. Gowan takes the mark. He sees Andrew running forward, but goes over his head to Green. Green goes back to Andrew, who kept running. He gets the kick to centre half forward. There's no one there. In comes Hall. The ball bounces awkwardly for him, but he meets the footy, meets the player. In comes Stidworthy, knocks it forward. That could be dangerous. The ball's come loose to South. In goes Dels. He's taken high play on, says the umpire. The ball's in the pack. It's going to come out South Bunbury's favour. No, he's dragged it back in under and all over. Bounce down, and Pell has gone out the back door. If they had gone South Bunbury's way, it would have been dangerous.
Still no player moving back to pick him up, right?
No, his player was on the deck and nobody else decided to look behind him and take his player for him. Up they go. In goes Maloney, gets the knockdown, comes to Finlayson, shrugs the tackle, slams it on the right foot, Pell's in the opposition of the box seat to mark this. He can't quite make it. In comes Bird to lend a hand. He runs into Pell. In gives Hall a chance to get back onto him, and it says a bounce down as the Carey Park asks for holding the ball. But it's a bounce down. Dangerous territory. Carey Park have had it down their end. South have taken it down there and against the flow of play this time, and maybe they can score. They go. It's knocked down behind towards the boundary line. In goes Stidworthy. He can't take it, and it's appealed for out in the full, but the boundary umpire's strong-minded, says I'll have the ball. Open forward line for South Bunbury also. Up they go. Croxford knocks it down the front. In comes, I don't know who it is. Could be Spriggs. The ball comes out to the boundary line and over the line and out again. No, he says, I don't know where I could go with it, says Sprigg. Someone's saying you should have done this, and he says, I didn't know. Ball comes in. Croxford and Maloney. The ball comes to the front of the pack for the defence. It comes to Bill Sitch. He can't get his hands on the ball. He can now. He's going to go one way. Comes back to the left. This is dangerous. He's gone out from 45. He's driving a goalwards. This could be close. In fact, I think it's straight through the middle. And Bill Sitch is cut free from the pack to put South Bunbury with only a couple of points down. 8 goals, 7-55 to the Tigers. 9-3-57 for the Park, and they need to rebound from there. Pack in front of him and took him on. Great left foot kick.
Play certainly bogged down for quite some minutes in that notorious pocket in front of the scoreboard, right?
Yep. Thackeray's just come on for, I think Linforth has come off. Thacker, a rugged player, not a lot of him. Out comes South Bunbury from the centre, bounces, come over to Campbell, and they're on a bit of a roll here, South. They're going to put the Park under pressure here. As Thacker runs to Hughes, and Bird is in front. And there's some dangerous signs here for Carey Park. South have lifted the tempo. So if he kicks straight, this will be the first time they've been in front since early or midway through the first quarter when they kicked their 3 goals back, or I think it was. They hit the front by a point, I think.
And Brendan Carlson still hasn't made any impact on Bird.
No, I must not. I mean, this guy is killing him. Bird lines up on goal and he's missed to the right-hand side, going by the goal umpire's actions. 8 goals, 8 South Bunbury, 56, 9-3-57 Carey Park, 1 solitary behind in it. And now the Panthers need to regroup and do something. South get in front, they could lift the tails and might be enough for Carey Park to drop the bundle. Grand finals are different. Jones to bring the ball in yet again. That's a better kick. He's got it out to 60 metres towards Croxford. He's outnumbered. Ball comes down to the front of the pack where there should be Carey Park numbers, but it's carried to Stevens. He tries to get on the boot, but he can't. In comes Carlson. The ball is smothered by Finlayson. The ball goes out. Hand passed out to Sprigg. He's hot on the hammer is Steele, who's making a contest of it, and the ball's dragged in underneath there, and I think we'll have a bounce down by the umpire. Just outside 50 metres. Croxford, it's a terrible one. Up they go. The only one there is Steele gets a hand pass. It's not a good one to Green. The Green hand pass over to Bill Sitch, the coach. Give it to the coach and you'll get a kick again next week. Next year then, not next week.
Next year.
Okay. It's tough footy at the present time. Then comes the ball, comes down to South. They've had a lot of options here. It comes out to Campbell as the ball was hand passed just behind him, and he had to backtrack that and consequently went over the line and out of bounds. Stevens has gone on to McRae early in the second quarter, and McRae hasn't had any impact since then. He was a driving force in the first quarter. As up they go again. There's a big pack on the ball as it comes down to Pendleton. He's immediately grabbed by Green, and they will have yet another one. Bounce down, that is. Gowan tracks away from the bounce down and takes Sprigg with him. Up they go. It's a line ball decision yet again. No clear winner. Steele goes back in as he's wont to do and gets the ball out, but only comes as far as Pendleton. He's dumped for his troubles and there's a relayed free kick. Hill will get the ball further down the track, I think. Now you've got to earn your kicks. Do it tough. Get in front, get the footy and you'll pay dividends. Open forward line. Must have been a comment coming from the other side of the ground. I heard something. Ball comes down in towards centre forward. Up goes Barnard. Yes, he hasn't taken one over his head so far today. He gets the rebound, gives it to McRae, who never took the footy cleanly as it was a poor hand pass. In comes Chat, gets on his left foot. Delph's is in front. He'll take this in the second bite of the cherry. He's grabbed by Maloney. Barnard still offering. At least he's going. Keep going, but he's got to get somebody up. Get out in the lead on the open. As ball comes to half forward flank, up towards Willis. Randy's taken a mark over his head. Yes, no, didn't pay it. Doesn't matter. The ball's come out to Carey Park. Comes to Jetta. He's taken a couple of strides, heads towards the goals. It's open. It doesn't matter. It's over the goal umpire's hat, and Carey Park have got us. I got one. I'll get them back in the game and keep their nose in front. 10-3, 63. South 8-8, 56. And by Judy, Carey Park need that as a lift as South Bunbury have been heading for him on the scoreboard. Willis will come off after that. He's out in short bursts. Oops. Can of Coke. Umpire Koch in the middle of the ground. Croxford Steele. How many times have we said that? Up they go. Line ball again. Hit the ball. The ball hit the turf, I should say. Spriggs comes in, scrambles it out, but it's swapped, knocked off the boot by Hughes, I think it was. Settle, boys, he said. Get out of it. The umpire shepherding.
Yep. Either he's going to take off.
Up there goes a big pack around it now. As over the back of the hand goes Croxford. The volleyball as it comes back down to Croxford. He gets it out in front of McRae, who's been hard tracked by Gowan. It's good enough to get the ball onto boot with one hand held. Great tackle by Don't. South Bunbury players played on. Both Carey Park players went to the bloke with the footy, given to Gowan. Gowan over towards Finlayson. The ball's knocked down to the ground, picked up by Barnard. He's claimed as he tries to get rid of the footy. Comes in, oh, well done by Thacker. He burst through the pack on two of them. Hasn't been able to take the footy, but it was enough to get a free kick from the umpire. That was great play. That's inspirational stuff.
Good hard footy, good grand final footy.
Yeah, Thacker knows it hard. That's the only way he knows. Straight through. He did well. Relieves the pressure. Goes out wide to Jones, who's made himself on offer. He's looking for 50 metres. You ain't going to get it that way. Bird's on the mark. Where's Carlson? 25 metres away. Get back and do some defence on him. As he goes out short to McRae, he's put a task in front of him because he looks like he's struggling a bit. As he gets around one, come back, then right, and then just stands and delivers straight up towards Barnard. Barnard's back into the pack. Ball comes down. Here comes Thacker again. Oh, gets an awful bounce. Had the ball on, ready to go through. In comes Jetta, gets it in front, comes to Hill. Hill comes out to Barnard. Brendan gives a hand pass back. No, comes out the back to Pendleton. Pendleton 25 metres out. He's dead in front. He's slotted it straight through the middle for another major to the Panthers, and they move to 11 goals, 369 to 8-8, 56, and Carey Park have hit back the only way you can, and that's by on the scoreboard. The stalemate, and the ball came out and they broke the pack open with Bilsich, and from clearances from throwing bounce downs, the ball's gone Carey Park's way, and they've been able to make the difference on the scoreboard. Bird and Carlson. Up they go. Croxford Steele. Croxford wins. Comes down to McRae. He's claimed. Gets it on the boot. He regularly does that and scrambles it forward. Steele grabs it. Ducks his head. In. Oh, come on, umpire. And it's play on this time. Well, they've changed it around. Jones gets rid of Gowland. Picks the footy up. Heads for the boundary line. Will it get there? Hill's in front. He'll take this and go if he can get all of it. He's done it well. He's put it out in front of him. The other bloke from South Bunbury in black lost his footing. It's a terrible kick from Hill though. He should have given it to somebody. He had plenty of time. Up goes Stidworthy. Great, gets a fist in. Bilsich looked like he had it wrapped up, and he gets a fist in on the side, and the ball's gone over the line. He halved it, and it's a line, a throw in from there. Bird was again away 50 metres from Carlson, who was tracking the footy. The same two again. Croxford wins the knock. No one in particular. Who wants to get it? Looks like the boundary line's the only one that wants it. There's some real tired boys out there already. Hands on hips, sucking in the air.
Steelo's just gone off.
On comes Wosley for steal. Croxford's doing it tough against both of them. Up they go. Wosley wins it. Comes down towards Bilsich, I think, but there's nobody can get it away from there. And we'll have yet another bounce down. Green, I think it was. Who wouldn't like that? Green against Bilsich. He's not that old, he said. Bounce down on the half forward towards the wing. Croxford over the back again. He's done that a number of times. In comes White. He takes it, turns. Had plenty of time to get rid of it. Green gives it out to White. Whoa, Croxford has given him one around the mush. And it's a relayed free kick going to Stevens. Ball goes down to Wosley, who's taken off, and as Croxford was down on the mark. So they've got Stidworthy, I think, is on there, but which means Bilsich might be loose. Oh, it's a great kick from Wosley. It's gone to the top of the square. Who's at the back? Looks like Carey Park was held. Dells can't get to it. Yes, he can now. The ball's scrambled in and under the pack, and there's 3 or 4 of them on the top of each other as it's bounce down time as Barnard heads into the goal square just in case the ball trickle out. Croxford running down. I think he'll give a point. No, he won't. He doesn't get to win the knock. Well, I thought his last man in. How he got the free kick, I don't know, but so be it. Greg Koch is a lot closer than me. Croxford looking to the scoreboard pocket. Will he go that way? He's only looked that way.
Interesting. Koch makes him comes out through the points, right? That's where he went through.
I thought you'd come out either side now. It didn't matter.
No, it does matter still.
Well, he's not going to bother. Play on, he calls as he drives it down to half back. 2 on 3. Up goes Wosley. There's the last man at the back of the pack. Couldn't quite grab it. The ball's going to beat him over the line and out of bounds. Throw in. Wosley, Croxford. Wosley in front. Croxford, the ball's coming on his side. Comes down towards the back. That's where it could be for South Bunbury. In goes somebody's got a push in the back. Jones. No, it's Jones or McRae. Yep, Jones is going to take the kick either way. Just checking with the umpire. Good communication. Jones to take the kick. Widdowson the only one that's offering. Go away from the pack. Croxford, somebody down in front of the ball. Get over the back of the pack. Croxford doesn't need it. It's about his second mark he's taken over the top. He's looking forward, down to half forward. Barnard, good kick, good lead. Stidworthy, geez, the ball's holed up in, oh, well done by, I miss that bloke every time, Black. Comes over to Bilsich. Bilsich get the hand pass over to Bird. There could be danger here if he can clean up and take it. There's no one there from Carey Park. Well done by Thacker. Again, he's put himself on the line. In goes Dont. The ball comes out to Carlson. He hasn't had much of it and he's fumbled it this time. He's tackled. Play on's the call. Well done from Hill. Gets it out. Gets his boot on the ball. Out towards Nitsky's in front. He gets it. Gets a hand pass over to McRae. It's not a good one. He's just about out on his feet. I thought the whistle went. McRae stands up in the tackle. Gets it to Hill. Good smother off the boot. Nitsky backs up. It's taken high. Play on after he's gone around as Campbell wants it on his left side. He's looking for somebody. Comes out towards Green. Green will jet. No, he won't get there. The ball's held up. He could be in trouble. He's taken by Jetta. In comes McRae. Pendleton. Pendleton to Widdowson. Widdowson back to Pendleton. He's within scoring distance, but he's a long way off target. Barnard could take the mark. It's out on the full. Goal umpire right on the scene there, and he's called that out on the full. And South Stocking will take the resultant free kick. Wosley going over and offering something. No big man over there from Carey Park. He's got no choice but to go that side. Comes out towards Bird and Hill. Bird's really misread that. And again, I hate to be critical of young players, but Carlson never even went for that footy. He could have come over the back and destroyed it, I thought, forward. Maybe I'm asking too much of the young fella. Ball comes into play. Up they go. It's knocked out by Wosley, but it comes towards McRae. He takes his eyes off the footy. The ball comes to South, not consequently, because he tried to take it one-handed. Bird's the man that's got the footy, comes around once, gets around one, he's made 40 or 50 metres, comes in towards Pell and Hall. Hall and Pell, that's a good spoil from Hall. He held his ground. Well done by Jones. Jones and Pell are squealing for the free kick. In comes Hall, off the deck, Fortuitously comes to Croxford. He can't pick it up. Campbell shows him how. Can't get the hand pass in. He never had the opportunity. In comes Finlayson. He's put the ball to boot. The only one to mark this is going to be Hughes. No. In comes Delphs. Very, very good timing from Delphs. And Hughes says, why didn't I get a kick? Ball comes out to Jones, who's offered, and on the mark comes Bilsich. Stidworthy's offered for him. It's got to be a good kick. Gowland's after him. Stidworthy takes it and he'll hold up play here and have a good... No, he's gone inside towards Croxford. He's a tired man too. He needs to knock it on. Gets the hand pass. No, he's not going to. I thought he'd get the hand pass on. Thumps the ball towards Barnard. The ball's a flight. The ball's been hard to judge. McRae's been taken as he took the footy, so that won't be holding the footy, and that's a good decision by the umpire. Thought Croxford could have given the hand pass out there and they might have been away instead of just a long kick. Bounce down at basically centre half forward. Croxford, Wosley. Wosley gets it with his left down to 22 in White. White gets it up towards the centre. Down goes Stidworthy, picked up by Delphs. Outside is Thackra. Thackra gives a hand pass to Carlson. A little chip kick towards Hill. He makes it. Yes, you know he does. No, I thought I had a whistle go there. Now it comes back to Bird. Bird's all in trouble. He's taken in the tackle. Gets his kick to Hughes. There's someone going past in Chatford. Hughes ignores him. Over he goes to centre half forward. Jones needs to take this. He's going to have Gowland on his hammer. Gowland's too quick for him, but good use of the body by Jones. Powell tries to knock the footy out. It's not successful. It's a quick transference of play into the forward line for South Bunbury, but they couldn't keep the ball out of the pack.
Great desperation by the Carey Park defence there, Ray, for quite some time now.
They have. Ball's come down. Great knock. Bunny goes as far as Delphi. Puts the boot on the ball. It's 1-on-3. Who's coming over the back? Where's Bird sits off the pack as Carlson goes in and gets it. Sorry, it wasn't Carlson. He was out there taking their kick, but he's put it on his left boot. And who's taken the footy? But his opposite number in Bird. Bird brings it to centre half forward. Up goes Jones. Over the back is Jones. Green comes to Spriggs. He's a bit slow. Comes out to Carlson's in front, and he's put the ground after he took the mark. Could have nearly got a penalty there.
Is that Bilsich in trouble on the ground there, Ray?
Someone is, and whoever it is, they're hurt pretty bad, I'd suggest. And we'll have a stop in play. He's pointing to his stretcher. This is sad news for whoever it is.
It's like Bilsich.
Great to see a Carey Park trainer over there helping the cause, and they want the stretcher, and there's a trainer's head off out there. The first two to get there won't have a stretcher. There it goes. Finlayson makes his way to the bench, and I think we're going to have a congregation of players as they all head in towards each other, the two clubs. Applauding Bilsich coming off. It's terrible to see any player come off on a stretcher. Hopefully it's not too bad. Carlson to drive the ball into the wing position for Carey Park as everything comes back to normal. Croxford's up, can't quite take the mark as the fist comes in from Wosley over the back, and that's good disciplined football. Well, we've had a lull in play, so players have been able to grab some air, suck it into the lungs, get the second win for the second half of the third quarter as the ball is knocked down by the third man up in Stevens. Comes in eventually in ping-pong fashion to King, and he's claimed by two South Bunbury players. And we'll have another bounce down. Tell you what, I hate to know the number of bounce downs we've had today. It's enormous. Great tackling from both sides, and game has been played in good spirits so far. Up they go again. Wosley again reaches over the back, but it comes straight down to Pendleton. Great smother by Stevens, I think it was. The ball could... No, it wasn't. It was White. Jeez, I've mixed those two up as well. In comes Barnard Richard. He gets rid of the footy and then appeals for a free kick. The ball's knocked out only as far as Jetto. He puts the ball into the 50-metre arc. In comes Stevens there. He's taken by Barnard. The ball comes down to Don. Gets a hand pass into McRae. A quick hand pass over to Hill. Hill's on his right, on his left. Now he gets back onto his right. He dribbles it. And he dribbles it. The goal umpire watches it go through for another major to Carey Park, and Aaron Hill to make his third for the game. And that was a good score goal by Carey Park, something they needed from the lull. They didn't lose their concentration, but I've lost mine because I think it's now 12-3, 75 to 8-8, 56, and South Bunbury need to reverberate from here. Well, I reckon some blokes on these videos make some funny statements. Hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. Up they go with Croxford and Wosley. Again, it's a line ball decision. Been a lot of those. Down goes McRae. In comes Carlson. Gets it towards the back to Richie Barnard. He knows where Jetta is. Out on the wing. Tracked by White, is it? Black. Well, that's close. White and black. In comes Jetta. He cleverly evades the player. Gets the ball towards King. King's got plenty of fresh legs. He drives it to centre half forward. McRae's on his own. That was called out of it by Barnard as Docking decides to put him down after that. Very lucky he didn't get a free 50 metres there as Pell heads for the boundary line. I think he's coming off. So Barnard, this will test his kicking distance after the first quarter because there may be a slight breeze that way. As Barnard lines them up. Gone close to the man on the mark. It's a pretty good kick. It's going to carry. It's clapped through by the Carey Park forwards. The goal umpire says, that's good enough for me. And the Park move to 13-3. I can't work that out for South Bunbury, 8-8-56. South need to come back now. They need the next one. Maloney's gone to centre half. It's gone to full forward. Gowland's gone to centre half forward. Steele's gone to forward line. Although as Gowland staying centre half forward, Maloney and Delts, and Hall has got Steele. He's done a great job on the full forward down there in Pell. Bounce down in, scramble for the ball. In comes Fenderson, goes one way, tries to fend off it and then handballs the ball away, and there's something off the play there. Looks like Carlson, and he's down hobbling. Doesn't look flash. On the knee, he's holding his knee, and Bird's been questioned by a couple of Carey Park players, and don't give the ball away, fellas, don't be silly.
Carlson was down some time before the umpire's whistle went, so...
Okay, we go down towards McRae. He cleverly just about gets Stevens out of the way, but he can't break free of the tackle. And they come again for another bounce down, and Carlson's up and running, and he's gone to Bird. Larson puts the ball on the turf. Depiazzi's back on. He's had a big breather. He had fresh legs also. Pendleton's clever. Couldn't quite get the footy in the second effort. In comes South Bunbury. Comes to Depiazzi. Gets it up towards Stidworthy. He gets it down. Here comes Dones. He's got a little bit of place. He wants his left. He comes around, gets the left hand to hand pass over to McRae. He's good on the one-on-one. And there's a relayed free kick there. I suppose it was high. Would you be paying the free kick for high? Because I didn't think it was late.
It was high, definitely high.
Should the ball come back?
No. No, it was after he kicked it.
Oh, I thought it was in the act of kicking. Anyway, the decision stands. We won't change it from here.
No, it certainly warranted the free kick.
Brendan Barnard lines up. He's just kicked one for the Panthers. It's only 25 metres out. Concentration the main thing here. He's determined. He starts it to the right, swings to the left. I think it's home before it swung. It's a major. Carey Park moves to 14 goals 3, 87. South 8-8-56, and Carey Park have answered the challenge.
Umpires coordinator, long-time Carey Park player Poopsie Carlson might regret his comments to the umpires during the week.
Which was? Are we going to put them on tape?
Put the cards away. Worsley very high, very late. Very lucky.
But very fair in his day. And there's no question. I mean, I don't think he ever got reported in all his games.
Twice, actually.
Did he?
Yes, then suspended both times.
Must have been an accident. Obviously, you're involved, so it must have been an accident.
No, very honest. He admitted hitting the footballer twice. Well, but...
Carey Park's best players in the third quarter, and bear in mind these are only quarter by quarter best players that I give him. In no particular order. Once again, Pendulum has been very good around the ground, forcing the ball forward. Brendan Barnard's been an avenue into attacking that quarter and kicked 2 goals. Aaron Hill's been very slippery up forward. Jared Dell's a tower of strength in the back line, as has Shane Jones in that quarter. Craig Hall again allowed his opponent 1 kick, I think. Reece Croxford halved the ruck with both Steele and Worsley. Stidworthy a great job on Bilsich, although Bilsich has had a lot of possessions and until he was injured, but they were all under pressure. Peter Jetta has been a good player in patches, and Wayne Thacker knows one way and it's straight through and has been very, very good at that. For South Bunbury, Wes Hughes continues to be dangerous. Peter Bird, best on ground, and from my opinion, I don't think anyone can beat him even now for best on ground. John Stevens has kept McRae quiet since early in the second quarter. Aaron White's been hard in the half-back line and across the ground. Steve Wasley has also halved the ruck and still hasn't been, although he hasn't had a lot of touches, has halved the ruck with the opposition, and he's done his bit in what I would imagine would be his swan song, but as it will be for Stan Willis. Hasn't had much game time, but he's been out there and done his little bit. Carey Park kicked 5 straight in that quarter. They're kicking to date 14-3, 17 scoring shots to 8-8, 16 scoring shots, and they hold a 31-point lead. If they lose it from here, they can blame no one but themselves. South Bunbury, as we know, never ever die, never ever give in, and I expect a real committed South Bunbury to come out in the last quarter and take it right up to the Panthers, albeit they are looking the goods. Footy for the last quarter of 2003. No, we lost 19, 2004, something like that. Well, South have had to make some, obviously would have made some changes. All that they've got to do is attack. It's no good defending. They can't defend when you're behind. So I'll have a look around. Buzzell's gone into the forward line, come off the bench. Maloney's down there. A little bit of iffy-biffy messing around. Let's play the game in the spirit it was meant to be. It's been good so far. Croxford wins it down in towards Campbell. He's taken it, wants his left side again and gets a hand pass out, which was good because it's come out towards Stevens. He slips just as Jetta gets to him as he kicks. So the ball has been affected by that, but Hughes is in front, takes the mark and gives it back. Gets a kick in towards the full forward position. In comes Buswell. He was held when he went for it, and he also took the mark on his chest. And South lining up for goal in the first minute of play, which is exactly what they wanted. As I said, in the three-quarter time, you can guarantee South will come back. As Buswell hasn't had a lot of game time, he's kicked 1 goal, lines them up, drops the ball on the boot, it's made a little bit to the right.
It's a goal.
South again get the first goal of the last quarter as they got the first in the third, and they didn't get one after that. No, Buswell hasn't got one before now. I thought he did.
Hit the post, right?
He did. So says the cameraman, Joe the cameraman. Okay, 14-3 plays 9-8. South get that important first goal of the last quarter to give them a bit of heart. Carey Park, Croxford against Steele. Steele wins it. Awkward bounce comes down towards White. The ball comes back and out to Carlson, puts it under his arm, makes the first 5 metres. Good plays. He gets it on his left. Deppy, as he marks it, was thinking about going. Why he even thought about that, I've got no idea. He's been told by Barnard to kick it long. He does that, and it goes down towards Brendan Barnard. It's taken the more, goes to South Bunbury's green, but he couldn't make it. In goes Brendan Barnard again, comes out with a footy, flattened as he comes out of it. In goes Deppy as he followed his kick up. Good play by the young fella. Well, if he is young, I don't know him. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. Middle of the ground's wide open if someone's going to run through there. Up they go. Again, Steele wins the ball. It comes down to White. It comes to Delph's. Richard Barnard is in front. Decides to give it the hoarding on the fence a little bit of a tap. Up they go again. Croxford Steele. Comes Croxford's way. He doesn't get hold of the footy. South first at the ball again. The hand pass comes out towards McRae. Awkward bounce. In comes Stevens, his third kick of the quarter. We're only a couple of minutes old. Jones is in with Gowland. Gowland couldn't quite hang on to it. In goes Campbell. Ducked his head.
Being very consistent all day, right?
Granted, they're consistent. No question about that. Campbell goes back, puts it in front of Gowland, and Jones was worried more about Gowland than the footy because he could have turned around and marked that. He's played on, he looks for the short one, and in comes Hughes. Hughes has marked it 35 metres out, dead in front. He's a good kick, he's got a couple. This one to South will make the game interesting, have Carey Park run out of legs. Started his league career with Carey Park, if my memory serves me right. There's a blonde-headed bloke. He's black-headed here. He's going for his third goal. He gets close to the man on the mark and consequently slides it across to the right-hand side. Very, very important kick that. I thought they really needed that. 9-9-63. Charles 14-3, 87. 4 straight goals. Pell's back on the ground at full forwards. Had a dirty day. Been well held by Hall. vice-captain. He's played a superb game as a defender. Long by Jones, goes to the contest. Croxford, he knocks it on. He hasn't marked many of them, so he gets the backhander on it. In comes Dont, he's the first one to get to it. Can't take it, his legs are taken from under him. Pendleton's taken without it. Play on to the umpire's call. Hand pass comes out to Gowland. Gowland gets it to Campbell. Campbell's left foot, dead-eye Dick. Pell doesn't go and meet the foot, he waited for the bounce. He misses the ball when it comes through, slips through his hands. Jones drives it out to the half-back flank and over the line and out of bounds she goes. Jones coming back to get hold of Gowland. Gowland, the leader of the South Bunbury pack. Up they go, comes down to Delf. Delf's on the right foot, keeps it out wide, heading for the boundary line. In comes Spriggs, but the ball's taken over the line by South Bunbury, and we'll have another throw in right on the wing. Ball to be thrown in. Croxford's in front. He got the run of that as a low throw in, but he couldn't do anything. It ricocheted off other hands, and we'll have a repeat of what we just had. South Bunbury's no one at the back of the pack for Carey Park. Don'ts have been manned up. White's there, comes down towards Sprigg. He gets a hand in it. It comes over to Pendleton. McRae to Pendleton. He goes forward towards the lead of Hill. Hill slips over just at the wrong time. In comes Nitsky. He's got the ball in front of him. It gives a good hand pass over to Jetta, I assume. He's in the pocket and he can't do what he did in the second quarter. It's kicked out on the full, albeit it's not in the scorebook. And South Bunbury will relieve the pressure from right in front of the scoreboard. Must have gone out of bounds just about when he kicked it. Man on man they should be by now. Mel Nichols is out there trying to get some ground. Black to drive it back out of danger for temporarily. Up they go. Croxford works his way to the front. Still forces him underneath the foot. He nearly grabs it. Taken by Sprigg. Ricochets off the back of one of his players. Comes out to nobody particular. Out comes Campbell. Can't get up to get the footy out from underneath him. And we'll have the regular bounce down. Nichols and Black swap positions. Nichols gets back on Nitsky. Up they go again. Again, Croxford goes towards Spriggs, who was on the move, but it didn't quite come off that time. And we'll have another boundary throw in. The crowd hasn't left, and you wouldn't expect them to. Huge crowd at Anne's Oval today. The Panthers are in front, 4 goals. Hard to kick back from there, but it can be done. In goes Croxford, goes the other way, comes towards McRae, plays volleyball with it. He's still got it in front of him. He tries to pick up the foot, he can't. He's taken when he didn't have it as the ball spilled free and the tackle lingered, and McRae will get the free kick. He wants to go straight away, play on to, no, the umpires just get around on the angle with Green on the mark. Long bomb into the forward line, up they go. Croxford's there at the back, he's got the right here. Can't quite take it, comes down to Don't, who comes out of the pack without the footy. South scrambling, in comes Pendleton, slaps it on his left. It's not going to make the difference. The only one there is Stevens, but in they come the troops, and this falls over the line and out of bounds, and I thought Stevens could have got a free kick there.
That's a point, right?
What did I say, out of bounds?
Out of bounds.
Over the line. I'm used to saying over the line, out of bounds, so I'm going to say it's a point there. 14-4, I think. Great kicking by Carey Park. The ball comes into play, nobody's aware of it. In comes Barnard, couldn't get it. White gets his hands on the ball, and breaks away from the pack. Gets it Shepherd from Chat. Comes out to Hughes and Steadworthy. Steadworthy stands up, fumbles first. No, it's Thacker. Thacker gets the hand pass down towards Carlson. Hand pass comes back from Depiazzi. In comes Thacker. Easily gets around the pack. Comes to Carlson. Drives it forward with his left foot. Great work. Up goes Barnard. Good spoil by Nichols, but he's headed to centre half back. That was dangerous, but there's South Bunbury players there. Stevens tried to break the tackle, but it's come down to King. King drives it forward. Hill can mark this. No, he can't. In comes Pendleton. He gets the result and drives the footy into the trees. And I reckon that could be the first tack that's gone into the coffin of the South Bunbury side. 15-4. 94 to 9-9. 63. And it was hard work there, and as Thacker just danced around him on the boundary line there, Pendleton got the resultant ball that comes spilled from Hill's tackle on the footy, and the major has put Carey Park back to 5:31. I think that's what the score was at 3/4 time. Maybe that goal that Hughes missed will come back to haunt them. Not all that, they had to get another 3 anyway.
McRae and Pendleton certainly having...
Yeah, the footy's only just coming back.
On the game now, Ray.
Pardon?
McRae and Pendleton certainly having their influence on the ground now.
Yeah, they're getting the important touches.
McRae had a lot of the heavy work to do and he's done it well.
Get down and get dirty, and both of them are. Hayward's medalist has done it well, albeit he's been, especially in the first quarter. Set him up in the first quarter, which is important. Up they go again. Croxford knocks it back down over behind his head. Stevens can't grab it. He's tackled as he tries to claim the footy, and we'll have a bounce down. Up they go. Croxford can't quite. Steele gets a second bite at it. Comes down to Bird. He's been quiet in the last little bit. He gets it onto his boot up towards Delce and Thackeray. In comes Maloney with his height. Gets a knockdown, but Jones reads it best. Slams it on the boot out wide. Then Dont's got the lead of it. No, he's going to leave it for DePiazzi. He fumbles the ball. Don't doesn't. He gets back in there. Gets the ball underneath. He's hard at it. He's got hold of his opponent. In comes Carlson. He's played a better last quarter. He's tackled hard by White. Wolf, Bill's free. In comes Scott. He's had a dirty day. In comes Hughes. He's had a good day. Tries to get the footy. No one to give it to. Throws it over his head. The recipient is Bird. Bird gets one bounce. Takes on Barnard. He's going to get around Barnard with his second. In comes Finlayson. Wants to give a Shepherd, but it's effective. In comes Barnard. Gives him one as he gets rid of the footy. Could have got a relayed free kick. Croxford gets his big hoofs on the footy, and he tracks it, but in goes Buzzell. Stops. Props. Gets back. This could be for Gowland. Could get it here. He might have to run. He's kept it in play. Gets a hand pass over. Finlayson can't get around. He's held. Comes down to Buzzell, and it's touched off the boot. Great defensive play by the Park. And that puts South Bunbury at 9-10, 64, 15-4. The kicking's the difference. 19 scoring shots apiece. Accuracy has really counted for the Panthers. Shane Jones kicks it to himself, makes a couple of metres. Leisurely pace, gets a Shepherd through from Delson. He's made 20 metres, kicks it long. Out towards Croxford, they're looking as a target. Here comes McRae at the fall of the ball. Someone's there to try and trap him. But he gets around as he dances around, well done, and he puts the boot. The ball gets a good 50-metre kick. Barnard's in front, fumbles the footy. He was on his way. Docking knocks it forward. Comes to South Bunbury. No, he's fumbled the footy. Thackeray doesn't. Then walks back into trouble. Gets a boot to ball, and Don't has dived at it and taken a slips catch. He wheels round, gets onto his left foot. Here comes Pendleton out on his own. Oh, the ball drops short, and Jared Andrew right in the spot. He's decided to make ground, has his bounce. He gets a Nichols gives a Shepherd, that's 2. He's made 30 metres. Gets the ball down to his boot. There comes Gowland. In comes Delf. Couldn't take the mark. Jones fumbles the ball intentionally to head it towards the boundary line. And over the line she goes. Right up close and personal we go. Croxford comes over for the knock, done a power of work, gets it down, gets an awful bounce as King. It's in that area of the ground, the ball has been terrible bounce. Bird gets another touch, gets it down towards the forward line. Barnard's happy to let it track over the boundary line and throw in right in front of the South Bunbury coaching box. As time ticks by, goes Croxford and Maloney. Croxford gets rid of Maloney, the ball bounces out for it. McRae goes to put a boot to ball and he's off balance and gets decked for his troubles. Left footer comes out to Hughes. Hughes can't quite mark it. In comes Jetta, slips at the psychological moment. Oh, that soccer's worth 60 metres and that's really put the pressure on. Carlson's in front. Hughes is going to probably get to him first. He's going to need to soccer it again and he can't because Hughes is desperate. That was great play by Hughes. Gets the ball out to Docking. Docking gets a hand pass out to Black, and it was a terrible hand pass. Consequently, Carey Park are able to come in and break up the attack and go forward themselves. Some slick hand passing here, there and everywhere. Give them an easy ride, hit them on the chest. Croxford behind players. Carey Park go in there. South Bunbury comes into advantage of the run of the ball. He's tackled. That was a great tackle. He tried to break the tackle. Is that the right decision, Kevin?
No prior opportunity. Good call there from
Even though he tried to break the
the
tackle.
old stager in Kochi.
We'll run with that. Great knockdown by Don't. He gets it and gets down to Thacker, and the man in front is Chad. He hasn't been disgraced, albeit his opposition has kicked 3 goals. He's relieved the pressure a number of times. The ball was not a good kick, and the man in front is Sprigg, who's taken the mark and goes back to relieve the pressure and kicks it long. Up they come towards Barnard. He's grabbed this one. Great mark. It's taken him a long time to get a good one like that. Gets a hand pass over to Jetta. Jetta runs on goal from 45 metres out. It's a good kick. The goal umpire has made ground, but no. The ball has bounced awkwardly. Come to Nichols. Nichols gets a hand pass over towards Scott. He's fumbled the ball. As I said earlier, he's had a dirty day. No, bugger all soccer it, he said. No, he won't, because the ball comes back. He's missed it. He's got a hand pass back. In comes... I can't pick him up. Is it Stevens? White? Black?
I think that passage of play sums up the way South have played for today,
White.
Ray.
Yes. And the ball's gone to McRae. He plays on immediately. 5 metres around from the mark, drives it down forward, landed, ball comes to ground. Is Hill going to get another one? He's been tackled. The ball comes out to Pendleton. Has he got some room? Picked up by Barnard, slips over to Pendleton. Pendleton on his right foot has only got a point. 15-5, 95 to 9-10, 64, 31 points, and that makes them, they've got to kick 5 just to get close. South they're bringing into play. They really need to make a move if they're going to make one. In comes Docking. Good kick into Stevens. He went to zone defence. Out comes Dont's gone over the mark. Docking's made to put himself on offer. Stevens is going to go to the lead of Maloney. He's a back one coming in from behind. Will he get there? No, he won't, because Depiazzi puts the fist into it. In comes Campbell. He gets rid of Bird. Campbell runs onto his left foot. He's looking for something forward. Hughes is on offer. Good kick. Puts it in front of him. Can he get around this player? There's a South Bunbury player in the goal square on his own. Stidworthy's headed off that way. The Carey Bark stands firm. As it comes short, plays out towards White. If that wasn't a throw, I don't know what is. Gowland's got the foot in out to put him back into attack. He looks for Hughes. He's turned his back on the play. In comes Linford, who comes back on the play. Knocks the ball forward. It comes out to Buswell. He tried to run around. He said it was handball. Not for mine, Umpy. As he goes forward, it comes out to South Bunbury, but he's claimed as he tries to get rid of the footy. So is Green, and the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds.
Umpires certainly put the whistle away in the last quarter, Ray.
But it's all been good.
Good to see.
It's been good. I mean, as long as they're playing and they're playing the play-on game, keep it open if they can. We've had enough bounce downs as it is. Ball comes into play. Croxford steal. Croxford's got the front position. Gets it down. There's only South there. They skip it out the back. Tries to get it out the side now. Gives the hand pass over towards Delph. I think it was from Barnard. Gets it on his right boot. Comes out towards Sprigg and somebody. We'll have a throw in anyway. Ball to come in. Wosley's on the ball. Still going to full forward. Wosley wins it. Comes to Finlayson. Scrambles a kick forward. Who's got the... Jones in the right position at the right time. Very, very steady. His kicking hasn't been flash, but he's been reliable. Comes in a long kick. It's a better one towards Depiazzi. Gets underneath it. Ball's knocked towards Hall. One of his few possessions, but no one's got a kick on him. He sets McRae free. He's had 2. Nobody's going to catch him. He's had 3. He's going to look for somebody short. Poor kick. He's given a chance to Thacker if it had hit him on the chest. Great play by Thacker. Thumps it across towards Sprigg. He goes long. Ugly kick it is in towards Chat, who's in front, and he makes the ball his object and relieves the pressure. That was a terrible kick from McRae. I think he's pretty tired. South relieve the pressure. Out towards Wosley. The ball comes to ground. Hill's there, slipping away from his opposition. Gets it in for great kick. Great kick to Pendleton. 1 step, 2 steps. Looks at the goals. Will this one go through? Exactly the same as last time. We've got a replay. As out comes Nichols. Out to the other side. Gets a good kick in towards Campbell. Campbell's left foot is going to find Scott. Scott's going to get his first mark. Looking around for someone going past, but it's all red and blue. He goes short to Hughes. Kicks it over his head. He didn't want to know about it in the end. Comes to Sprigg, hand pass to Depiazzi. 1 step and bang on the boot. McRae's in the right spot. Comes to the 50-metre line. It's a tired old kick, but he's got it towards Chat and Hill. Who will mark this? No one. Good contest, these two. Hill hasn't got it. He's taken the ground. Is that a kick? No, says the umpire.
Throw it in.
Carey Park, full forward line. Ball to come in. Congested around where it is. Come back out, clean it out. In goes Depiazzi, gets it straight down to Pendleton. He snaps on his right. What are we going to do this time? Give it to me, says the goal umpire. 1 point only, 15-6-96 as they creep towards the ton. 9-10-64, and I think they're home. As good as South can be, I don't think they can come back from here. Haven't made a lot of impression after the first goal. Ball's kicked out in favour of Nichols. Noel gets it along towards the wing, towards Gowland and Jones. Jones thumps the hands away. Good decision. In comes Maloney. Gets a hand pass over to Gowland, followed up by Nichols. Good play by the big fella. He drives into the forward line. Fortuitous kick if there's somebody can fall down the ground. Out comes Skidworthy again. Great kick. Split the middle. Here comes Bird. He can't go. The ball bounces up and hits him in the chops. But he's got control of it. Drives it back towards Hall. He's forced underneath the footy by Buzzell. He gets a hand pass over to Hughes, and here's his goal. That's the one they wanted to maybe get a sniff. Maybe. It's a long way home from here, but Hughes has got goal number 3.
Really good game.
Makes it 10-10-70. 15-6-96. 26 points. Not a lot of fanfare from the Tigers at the present time. Not a lot of excitement. It's not over till the fat lady sings, albeit she stood up.
Clock will be South Bunbury's biggest enemy, Ray.
Yes, I don't think they've got the legs, but have we seen funny things in finals football at Hands Oval in the past? Depiezzi. He's got some fresh legs. Croxford down, loose man in defence. Gets a second bite at it, comes to White, drives it forward. South are in attack. Gowan tries to get in the front, overcomes Linforth, knocks it forward, follows up the footy, gets the boot on the ball in a hurry. It's not a good kick. Black's in front, gets on his left foot, it's an awkward one, and Linforth is going to be in front and take the resultant and relieving kick. He goes back and bombs it back to where it came from, up towards Pendleton, nudges his opposition forward, gives it over the slippery hand pass to Jetta. One bounce, looks towards Hill. Chat goes and meets the footy, just gets the fingertips on to control it, gets tackled by Hill. He's got support from Bird. In comes Jetta. Bird ducks his head. He gets a free kick because that's what they paid all day. And I still think this guy's best man on the ground. Seven minutes to go according to the timekeepers. Can South kick 4? Hand pass there coming across from Stevens. He gets it back again. Drives it to centre half forward. Last ditch of the throw of the dice here for the South Bunbury. In comes Delph. Cleverly stops it with one hand. He's taken high. Gets up. Get the footy up towards Thackeray. He won't let it go. In he goes. Under he goes. He's taken as he's on the ground and we'll have a bounce down. Another goal to South now would be interesting. Would Carey Park worry? Would they panic?
Carey Park sent Croxford back there to stem the flow if there's any.
Well, they've already got him down there just as a safety measure. As South break across half forward. In goes Campbell. He hasn't got legs to kick it long. He goes towards Croxford, gets his fist into it. It comes down towards Buzzell. Buzzell snaps on goal. This could be Maloney. Barnard's in front. Maloney spoils. It comes down to Skidworthy's played a great game. Little chip over to Hall. The vice-captain couldn't take the mark. He's got the ball in front of him. He's going to run around the circle and do his U-turn. He's going to be trapped. He kicks it out towards Spriggs, who's on offer, and he's made sure they can pop it over to Carlson if he's quick. Decides to go long to Pendleton. Now over towards Jetta. It's a one-on-one copper out there, and somebody a South Bunbury player was held on to. I think it's Black. That was a free kick for mine, or could be White. Black and White. I've mixed them up all day. Who cares?
No grey there, right?
Only in me hair. Up they go for it in the South Bunbury forward line. Chip kick out there by Jones. It's going to track across the boundary line, and Pendleton is happy enough to see it there as he takes some deep breaths. South must get one in a hurry if they want any sniff. Over the back comes McRae, third man up, if not the fourth. Goes 20 metres South Bunbury, Carey Park's way. Jetta's sneaky. He got the ball back towards himself, but he fumbled it. Out comes Campbell's been a good player. Gets it over towards Stevens. Stevens gets it towards centre half forward. Out comes Steele. Little knock on, it's not successful. It comes back towards Finlayson. He's grabbed as he tries to knock it through. Ball comes underneath. It stacks on the middle and we'll have another bounce down. And there must be about 6 minutes left now. There's still an open forward line for the Tigers. They've got to muster something here. Up they go. Steele and Depiazzi comes down to South. And it's a throw according to the umpire. Whoa. Finlayson says no it wasn't. Umpire says yes it was. And who's got the footy? Richard Barnard. South are wasting time. It's their own time. They're against the clock. Who am I going to give it to, says Stevens. It goes out to Jones in the end. Jones has had 3 bounces in 10 metres. Now he makes a little bit of ground and goes long to half forward. Hill's in front of Chat this time, and he grabs it. Gets it around the corner, smothered off the boot by Chat. He hasn't given up. He's still working hard, and he gets back on the foot. He knocks it back very cleverly over towards Green. Green's taken in the tackle, holding the ball. No, set his hand pass, says the umpire. Nichols gets a hand pass over to Bird, and he runs around his traditional circle. Puts the ball on the ground. A little kick in towards Hughes. He's been a good... No, he didn't want it. Knocked it over the back. Pretty fancy. Was he going to get collected? In comes South Bunbury, and the troops come in. Hand pass out to White. White gets over to Gowan. Gowan goes forward. In comes Steele. He's been held. It's the first thing that Hall has done wrong all day. He's given Steele a kick. Could this be his last kick in league footy? Has this guy been a true blue, red and white?
True blue?
True blue, red and white. He's been an absolute legend at the club. So he lines the goals up from 45 metres. It's going to lob in the square and up they go. Looks like a South Bunbury knock. No, it doesn't. Comes down towards the pack, and it's forced through for 1 point. To see South Bunbury move to a 10-11, 71 to Carey Park, a 15-6, 97. And we can safely say the Panthers are the premiers in 2003. Great coaching feat by Jeff Nitsky. Jones kicks to himself again. Bounces once. Makes a bit of ground, 20 metres, then comes back, gets a hand pass over to Richie Barnard. He's going to have a bounce, wants to get rid of it. Gets a big Tory straight down the middle in the centre circle. Up goes Scott, comes across to Pendleton. The ball's knocked forward. In comes Don't. He's going to knock it down. No, he should have knocked it instead of taking it. The hand pass from Pell comes to Pendleton. He slips it over his shoulder. Spriggs will get it over towards Jetta. Jetta's clear. One bounce. Will he take the second? No. He steadies. He lines up the big sticks. He puts it straight over the goal umpire's head. And if it wasn't in doubt before, it is now. And Carey Park moved to 16-6, 102. They've made the ton. South Bunbury 10-11, 71. And that's goal number 4 to Peter Jetta.
All right, 4 minutes to go. You picked for the Pike medal?
Peter Bird.
McRae.
No, hasn't done enough in the middle 2 quarters for mine. But then, being an umpire, he got the Hayward medal. You probably know more than me again.
I think he might pull off the double. Pendleton, would that be a chance?
I think Bird's been sensational. Up they go in the middle. Depiazzi down to Pendleton. Twist, gets a boot to ball. That's all he had to do. Pell's coming in to get his second kick, and it's on his right foot. He scrambles it forward. It's to advantage of Bird. Bounces over his head. Some awkward bounces. Oh, well done, Thackra. He trapped the ball. A second comeback from Thackra, and they'll have a bounce down, surely. That was great play by Thackra. The second effort in the dying stages of the game when it's won was absolutely superb. It's the only way he knows how to play. Bounce down. Up they go. Comes down to South. Stevens tries to get through one tackle. Does so. Slams onto his left foot. Gowan's in the right spot. Gets it and plays on. Times the enemy. He's got to get it on. Hughes this time. Puts his boot out. Well done by Linford. In comes Hughes for the second. He's going hard at it. It's 2-on-1s. Carey Park should win out. In comes Croxford for the crumbs. In come the troops from... In comes Steele. He's given one out, but he's hurt himself when he's gone down. In comes McRae. Will he take it this way? Well done. Knocks the ball out. Gets a tackle. He's still trying. He's hard at it. In comes Jones. Great hand pass down. Puts it in front of Don't. He's going to have a bounce here. At least one. He'll have 2. He goes to 50. He drives it goalwards. Up they'll go the little blokes. Barnard's down there, Chat's down there, and it's off hands for 1 point to 16-7, 103, 10-11, 71. The ground will be invaded by the Panthers. It's a long time between drinks. Nichols marks, plays on, he's going to get caught. He gets his boot to ball, important. In comes Jones, he'll take it on his on the chest, and he'll go back, I'm sure, and waste as much time on the clock as he can. Big Tory into centre forward's got to be the go. Drop punt. Awkward spinning ball, Pendleton to mark. Drops it in front of him. Recovers. Looks for the hand pass. He's holding the ball for mine.
Darren Larson agrees with you, Ray.
Oh, should be the third umpire. Pell gets the ball out wide to Stevens. He's been a handy player. He's worked his butt off. He has 1 bounce. He'll have 2. He's looking for something up forward. Not a lot on offer. Carey Parker dropping back and filling the spots. Croxford's in the box seat. Will he go up? Yes, he will. One-handed. You can't mark him like that. Gowan takes the spoils. In he comes on his handball on the left. He's going to set Hughes free. Hughes is going to run from 30. Steadies. Hand pass over the top to Buswell. and Buzzell turns around and drives a footy out of the ground just about for a consolation goal to the Tigers. They move to 11-11, 77. Carey Park 16-7, I think it is, 103. As Aaron Hill has come off the ground, he's done his duty, and out goes Brendan King. And the flashes are flashing. All the cameramen here looking at the Carey Park bench. There's a few blokes. McRae's come off the bench to give somebody else a run. Dan Willis must be out there for the final siren. Yes, he is. He's in the middle. What a player he's been for this club. A very talented sportsman. He'll love this. First season in league footy was a premiership, and he's going out in his last up to 120 years. Bounce down. I don't know how long it is. South Bunbury's better players while we're waiting for the announcement. We're about to make the Pike medal. We'll just wait for the announcement of the Pike medalists before we go into South Bunbury's players. The way that Les Pike is facing, I suggest it's from Carey Park. Shut up. James McRae has been announced the winner of the Pike medal, to go with his Hayward medal, to go with his premiership medallion. What a great season he's had. Just what an absolute gun recruit they picked up, Carey Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the West Australian Premiership medal sponsored by Bunbury Subaru, and we've got Ken Carey here at Bunbury Subaru to present the medal. Number 2, James McRae.
James McRae coming back to collect his premiership medallion to go with his Pike medal, his Hayward medal, as we said. Played a great game. Wasn't my pick for the Pike medal, but there you go. Set the game up early in the first quarter, and that was important. Steve Pendleton, who would have been closer to my pick than was a great four-quarter player and continually drove the ball forward and was a danger when in the forward line. Get down and get dirty in the grand finally. Looks like he's done that. Brendan Barnard was always an avenue attack from centre half forward. Fumbled a bit in the first quarter, a bit misread the flight of the ball, but he came back hard and was a very good second half player. Was in dispute with the club early in the season. Thankfully for both parties, they resolved that, and here he is to get a premiership medallion. Aaron Hill playing in a forward pocket, kicked 3 goals. A very slippery customer, had a good player on him in Ray Chat. Ray Chat didn't do a lot wrong, but Hill's the winner on the day. The veteran, Stan Willis, came into league football with a premiership, is going out with one. What a popular player and a popular sportsman in the Southwest. Deserves all the accolades he can get. Well done, Stan. Adrian Don't, another recruit the Carey Park Panthers got. Wasn't as serviceable as he was early in the year, but played a great game anyway. Continually got the ball forward and was always there at the bottom of the packs. Darren Sprigg came on in the, I think late in the first quarter or in the second quarter. Wasn't as a dominating player, but he was there when it was needed. The veteran Sean Widdowson, he could be another one going out with the premiership medallion. Another Hayward medalist. Never had a big influence on the game, but he was there when needed. Jared Dels with a tower of strength in defence, was never beaten and always given the second effort and cleared the ball with dash. Brendan King came off the bench off and on. Again, never had a big influence on the game, but he's there when it counted. Promising cricketer from what all reports. Craig Hall, vice-captain of the club. Been around with them for a long time, Craig. Superb game at fullback. Probably had 4 touches for the game, but his opponent at the time, Michael Pell, on most occasions hardly touched the footy. And did an absolute great game at fullback. You couldn't ask for a better game at fullback. Shane Jones, a tower of strength in defence also. His kicking probably let him down a little bit today, but he was there when it counted, spoiled from behind on most occasions after quarter time, and he's pretty happy. Young Brendan, I was critical of his game during the course of the game, because if he was supposed to be tagging Peter Bird, he didn't get close enough to him. But it's a lesson learnt, and he'll come back a far better player for it. He was a very good player during the year. The big forward ruckman, Reece Croxford. He's been down with Carey Park for a couple of years now, and heard on radio to say the other day he'll be back next year for another effort. Great job in the ruck. Wasn't a standout, but he halved it with the South Bunbury ruckman and ensured that they didn't get to take the ball away with any ease. Kane Nixty back from hamstring struggles and a knee reconstruction. Obviously overweight, but he was able to get back at the right time of the season. Was good last week when it counted. Was good again when it counted today. Aaron DePiazzi, probably a surprise inclusion last week. Did it with aplomb last week. Was there, had a good first quarter, never came back on until probably late in the third quarter and played the last, and his was a serviceable game. Adam Linford, similar, very tight across half-back, spoiled all the time, solid as a rock, loves it tough. He played it that way and thoroughly deserves his medal. One of his juniors come up through the ranks. What a great game. Corey Steadworthy, very, very unfashionable, but he's got a premiership medallion to say that he deserved his spot in the side. Played on Bilsich for the first 3 quarters before he got injured, and albeit Bilsich had some influence with his handballs out of the pack, Corey Steadworthy made sure that every time the Bilsich touched the footy, he was under pressure. Another one. Been around the club for some time, Wayne Thacker. Missed the second semi, I think it was, or last week, I'm not sure. Missed one of them anyway through suspension, I think. Came back in time for the right one. What a real goer. His second and third efforts are absolutely superb. Peter Jetta, new to the club, midway through the season, I think. What a slippery customer. Got a goal early in the game for some confidence. Kicked 4 in the end to be the most outstanding scorer on the day. What a great young player he's going to be. The captain, Richard Barnard, led by his example at centre half back and in the back line. Cleared the ball, and as he punched the ball, offered himself up to break the lines, and what a just reward for Richard Barnard. A real stalwart of the club, never wavered in his belief of the club. Fantastic effort. And the coach, Jeff Nitsky, what a coaching feat. Fantastic effort by the coach. Never in doubt, was never in doubt with his players. He had full confidence in the player, and he's a confident person. Playing on the pluses, not... Carey Park, premiers for 2003. South Bunbury leave the ground. It was fantastic for them to stay out. It's a long time since South Bunbury been beaten in the grand final. First time they've been beaten in a final for many years by Carey Park. But the run has to come to an end. They played with some guts and glory, and their better players that I felt were Wes Hughes, Peter Bird, who was my pick for BAG. John Stevens was very, very good. Rod Steele halved it with the opposition ruckman. Jason Campbell was always a danger. Aaron White hard in defence. And Black was also, I'll mix those two up. Apologies to those two guys. Very similar, but they were serviceable. Bad luck for South Bunbury. In the second year in a row, the winners of the second semi haven't been able to do the justice in the grand final. But it's Carey Park's day, 2004, fantastic effort, and they finished on top of the ladder and justly deserved their victory today. Final scores, Carey Park 16-7, 103, South Bunbury 11-11, 77, one scoring shot the difference, but 26 points, 4 and a touch goals, and Wayne Stewart, who took on the reins as president, somewhat reluctantly at one stage, has done an absolute fantastic job with the Panthers and thoroughly deserves the enjoyment he's going to get tonight and tomorrow. Long-serving president of the South West League, Kevin Lynn, fantastic president, very, very good leader, been there for about 10 years, loves his little hat that he's got on top, porcupine hat he's got on top of his head, about to present the trophy, the most important thing that we play for in the South West, and he gives it to the victorious captain and coach of the Carey Park Football Club. And aren't they exultant? Good luck to them, well done.
Get out. A couple of minutes, guys. A couple of quiet words, a big word here. We might get a change. That's players, girlfriends, family. Just a basic a drink, a bit of a feed as a group, and that's what's taken the group this year. It's been long, it's been hard, it's been up and down, and you know. That's the problem. Look, I don't sit here and sort of be long-winded. You know, guys, just you know. As I said, you have 3 quarter time. You know, you've taken all year. I wanted. You know, you made it. You worked it for the last game. You understand what you created in history, and to me, I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it. This, you know, very rare. I was going to be not like an I will, yeah. We're going to leave with that. Probably the typical as Bob is. But guys, understand, we go from here, shout, get organised. Don't forget, change anything, and let's just enjoy it.
There's going to be a lot said, obviously. Half the club, I'd like to thank all of you for what you've done. Yeah, something no one can take away from you. Please remember, Mick, something as well. As Wayne said, you can understand it. As Wayne just spat. But just into the change rooms, your families. So we just have a bit of get together. We'll give you a bit of a feed. We go upstairs. There's going to be people there that have not before. Maybe even never see it again. But let's enjoy it tonight. Take it steady. Nothing spoils tonight, okay? Do it together. Really enjoy it tonight. Like I said, don't let anything spoil it. So don't forget, listen to everyone tonight, and then tomorrow we might have a few more. And Tuesday come around.